is a presentation of Westwood One Sports. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One.
Flacco out of the gun, three receivers bunch to the left, shotgun snap with the quarterback, looking to throw, throws right, caught at the goal line, and then scooting in is Josh Downs, touchdown, I-N-D-Y, yes sir!
Darnold under center, receivers left and right. Here's the snap, back with a play fake, sets his feet, has time, looks, throws left, next punt, racing into the end zone, touchdown Vikings! Trent Sherfield with just his fourth catch of the year, his first touchdown as a Viking, and Minnesota is back in front.
Now, it's time for Sunday Night Football. Let's head to the stadium and join Ryan Radke and Mike Golick.
We welcome you to U.S. Bank Stadium in beautiful downtown Minneapolis for Week 9 of Sunday Night Football as the 5-2 Minnesota Vikings play host to the 4-4 Indianapolis Colts. Tonight's broadcast of the National Football League on Westwood One is sponsored by Wrangler, by BetMGM, by Indeed.com, by Barbasol Shaving Cream, and by the official NFL app. Hi, everybody. I'm Ryan Radke along with Mike Golick. Scott Graham will join us shortly from our Westwood One studios. Well, it's nearly the halfway point of the season, and these two teams are hoping to make some moves toward the playoffs. The Vikings are 5-2, but have lost back-to-back games, while the Colts are 4-4 and have made a quarterback change as they make the turn. And, Mike, certainly a lot of talk this week about the Colts deciding to bench Anthony Richardson, go back to the 39-year-old Joe Flacco. What do you make of the move as we go into this one tonight?
Well, listen, everybody knew when Anthony Richardson came in, he had minimal starts in college, and he was going to need actual reps in the game to develop. But at some point, you have to make a decision that's good for the other 52 guys in the locker room, and that's what Shane Steichen did. He made it for the fact that they're one loss out of the top where Houston Texans or the Texans have beaten the Colts twice already. They have to stay close, and they have to be able to make a run. Joe Flacco has a higher completion percentage, certainly isn't turning the ball over, and you have to give the team a chance because the other guys in the locker room, while they understood you took a young quarterback and there was going to be some growing pains, at some point you have to let the guy sit and kind of watch for a bit. We'll see if he gets back in. It all depends on how Joe plays and how the team does.
You know, Mike, we talk so much about quarterbacks and focus on them, but you look at a team like Indianapolis, it feels like no matter who the quarterback is, they got to run the ball, they got to play better defense if they're going to make the moves they want to make.
Yeah, they do. And Jonathan Taylor, when he's been healthy, has run the ball well. But it doesn't have much behind him when he has to take a breather. And defensively, it's always for years has been kind of an undersized defense that would bend and not break. They play basically the most zone defense in the league, so they're going to give up yards, and Minnesota is a team that could take big chunk yards.
Speaking of defense, Minnesota, first 5 weeks of the season, they gave up 76 points. They've given up 61 now in the last two games. What has to happen for their defense to get back on track here tonight against Flacco?
Well, stop the run, because the run for the Colts will give Joe Flacco a chance at play action pass. And Joe is an immobile quarterback, so he really could use play action because he's not going to avoid what is going to be a rush on him because Brian Flores is kind of a blitz-happy coach. So this defense is going to need their third league at stopping the run. They're going to need to get back to that. It's been off the last couple of weeks, especially giving up big yards and giving up a lot of points.
Yeah, they gave up 107 to the Rams on the ground last week. Some people think that rush stat maybe is a little bit overrated because they've been ahead in all these games.
Right.
We'll see what happens tonight. Last time these two teams got together in this building 2 years ago, it was history. The Colts led 33-0. The Vikings rallied, won 39-36, the biggest comeback in NFL history. Much more to come from Minneapolis as we approach kickoff between the Vikings and the Colts. But when we return, Scott Graham joins us from our Progressive Insurance Studios. Cars, homes, boats, motorcycles, RVs, and more at Progressive.com. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Feel the thrill of the Premier League on Sirius XM FC.
Arsenal running riot. A quick fire double from Chelsea.
Hear every pulse-pounding moment.
Haaland scores the hat-trick. Brilliant left foot strike by Salah. What a goal by Marcus Rashford.
From the world's most exciting league.
Absolutely glorious from Tottenham Hotspur.
Manchester United turn it round.
All on your radio home for the beautiful game.
If you like soccer, you are in the right place.
The Premier League lives on Sirius XM FC 157 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
This is Bill Belichick. Hear me break down the week in the NFL every Monday night on Let's Go, 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
The NASCAR Cup Series is on Sirius XM. We're back on the track Sunday,
2 p.m. Eastern.
It's the NASCAR Cup Series Championship from Phoenix Raceway. On Sirius XM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 in the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app. Get closer to everything that moves you wherever you are with the Sirius XM app.
Let's make some smoke and drink some beer. Yes.
Tune to Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 all year long to hear expert opinions and analysis from former players, coaches, and executives.
Touchdown!
Throughout the 2024 season, each NFL team channel on the Sirius XM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the Sirius XM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with Sirius XM 360L radios.
Whether your team is at home or on the road, hear every game with your hometown announcers on the Sirius XM app. Just search for your team and click the favorite star.
Welcome to the Sunday Night Football pregame show on Westwood 1, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Now, here's your host, Scott Graham.
From our Westwood 1 studios as we get you ready for Sunday Night Football tonight, the Colts and the Vikings getting ready to go at the halfway point of this NFL season. Let's get you updated on what happened earlier today in the National Football League. The Detroit Lions winners in Green Bay today, 24-14 in the rain over the Packers. Jared Goff throws for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs runs for one, and Detroit is now 7-1 to begin the year. Green Bay falls to 6-3. Philadelphia, for all their troubles, is 6-2. They knocked off Jacksonville today, holding on away from a Jacksonville furious rally in the second half. Philly wins it 28-23. Jacksonville falls to 2-7. Dallas Cowboys are in trouble right now. They're 3-5 after Atlanta beat them today by a score of 27-21. 3 touchdown passes in Atlanta for Kirk Cousins as the Falcons improved to 6-3 on the year. Washington is 7-2. They lead their division right now after a 27-22 win over the New York Giants in the Meadowlands today. Washington now sitting up on top of the division. The Giants are 2-7. Arizona improves to 5-4. They win in the desert today over Chicago. 5-4 now for Arizona. 29-9 winners over the Bears. The Bears fall to 4-4. And Carolina got back in the win column today. They knocked off New Orleans 23-22. Carolina now 2-7, as are the New Orleans Saints, who've lost 7 in a row. Buffalo Bills are running away and hiding from their division. 30-27 winners over Miami today. Buffalo now 7-2. Miami 2-6. Lamar Jackson was perfect today, throwing 3 touchdown passes as Baltimore roughed up Denver 41-10. The Ravens now 6-3. Denver's 5-4. 5 touchdown passes from Joe Burrow today as Cincinnati beats Vegas 41-24. Also, it was the Chargers over the Browns today, 27-10. It was Tennessee hanging on to beat New England in overtime, 20-17. And just moments ago, another overtime game ending in Seattle.
Stafford takes a snap, 2nd and 6, bootleg left side. He flips his hips, he fires, he's going deep. DeMarcus brought it in with one hand in the end zone for a walk-off touchdown. 39 yards. DeMarcus calls game.
JB Long, 710 ESPN Los Angeles. The Rams 26-20 winners in overtime. Now 4-4 on the year. Seattle falls to 4-5. Working our way toward kickoff of Sunday Night Football. Time now to hear from Nick Costos of BetQL Network with some of the numbers our listeners might be interested in for tonight's matchup between the Colts and Vikings. Nick?
Thanks, Scott. The spread for Sunday Night Football sees Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings, a 6-point home favorite over Joe Flacco and the Indianapolis Colts. The total is 47. And this has been a wild betting market all week long. When the Colts announced Flacco would start in place of the bench to Anthony Richardson, Indy got bet from +6 all the way down to +5. But today, on game day, we have seen action on the favored Vikings, driving Minnesota back up to a 6-point favorite. And that means bettors, they believe the Vikings will win by margin in a high-scoring game. And how you feel about that could determine how you bet this game. If you think Flacco is a sizable upgrade on Richardson, then you probably think the Colts can keep it close. As for props, Colts receiver Josh Downs has been targeted 21 times in Flacco's 2 previous starts this season. His receiving yards prop tonight, 63.5. I'm Nick Costos from the BetQL Network, sponsored by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Please gamble responsibly. Scott, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Nick. As we continue with the pregame show, we'll take a look at tonight's ball game, including a conversation with Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out. Oh, Downy in the rinse change. Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
Football season is heating up, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while watching football. With over 10 million members now and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is so simple to use. Just pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projection, and you can win up to 100 times your money. Prize Picks even invented the flex play, so you can still cash out if one of your picks doesn't hit. I love it. I love it because it's daily fantasy. And it's easy, and it's fun. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code PRIMETIME and get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code PRIMETIME on Prize Picks to get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to get the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states where it's lawful to wager, and visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Welcome back to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. From the Progressive Insurance Studios, I'm Scott Graham. Offering auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today. Get you ready for the Indianapolis Colts and the Minnesota Vikings. Indy, as the guys told you at the top, making a change at quarterback, going with Joe Flacco. Vikings trying to bounce back off back-to-back losses. When I talked with their head coach, Kevin O'Connell, this week, I asked him about that change and what he sees from this Indy team on film.
Yeah, I think they're a team that, as a team that in my first year here, we played 11 one-score games. I mean, they're playing one-score games. Everything's tight. Everything's close. That means they're playing good football. When in regards to the quarterback change, Joe Flacco and I came into the league the same year. And I remember watching him throw at the combine as a guy about to throw in the following group. And I remember, looking over at Matt Ryan and saying, why did we have to throw after that guy? That's remained true throughout Joe's career. He's been phenomenal, standing the test of time and father time by just being a world-class thrower of the football. He's intelligent. He's seen it all, so you're not going to throw anything at him that he hasn't seen. That was a significant move because I'm a big fan of Anthony Richardson's as well, and I'm sure they'll help him get back to being right on course to doing so. But either way, challenge for us because they are a little bit different in how you're going to defend those players. And, we had to make sure we were ready to, change gears and get ready for Joe and that kind of offense because it's going to be a tough defending job for our defense.
Your background obviously was as a quarterback, and then you started as a quarterback's coach. I'm curious how much of that has come into specifically this season. Have you been able to be part of what is kind of, I don't know if I want to say smooth some of the rough edges or helped Sam in his progression, his journey to try to be a better quarterback?
Yeah, I think he's having a great year. I think the layer of me as the play caller, a former quarterback, I basically am just constantly talking to Sam from the lens of, hey, I know how that feels. If you look, I'm asking you to read a play like this. I know what you're thinking. I know how that feels, but here's how I can help you. And then I'm never, ever, Scott, the most important part of it is never, ever holding, this clicker on a Monday morning and saying, these are all the reasons you were wrong. It's about how you coach it ahead of time, the clarity, and then never talking out of both sides of your mouth and saying, yeah, but on this look, I really wish you would have done this. Well, if that's the case, I better have talked about it on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday like that, not just when the result happens and, Sam didn't make it right in the moment. Like, that's not coaching, that's hoping. And I just don't believe in it. So I think that's my job. And not to say that I'm a quarterback for Kevin O'Connell. I would have been some great player. I think a lot of my experiences and some of my less than ideal experiences and performances, I should say, probably have only led me to have the clarity of how I can give the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings a chance to feel really good about what we're asking them to do.
All right, now Kevin O'Connell's got Sam Darnold with his career high in completion percentage and passer rating heading into tonight. Vikings and the Indianapolis Colts are coming up. The opening kickoff on the way. We're going to rejoin Ryan Radke and Mike Golick at U.S. Bank Stadium when we return. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
The NFL trade deadline is Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And while the nation is running to the polls, your favorite NFL team is running to the phones. Who's staying? Who's on the move?
We're not going to just make a move to make it. It's got to be the right guy.
Sirius XM NFL Radio is your home for the latest news and rumors.
This trade is a huge upgrade over what they had.
Nobody covers the trade deadline like our experts on Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
Comedy Central Radio brings you the biggest names in comedy. All day long, you'll hear the best stand-up comedy from Comedy Central's massive library.
You ever ask an adult what they did over the weekend and they say they didn't do anything? Their faces light up.
Every weeknight, you'll hear 2 half-hours of comedy for your drive home.
The other day, I got jealous of a dog's thigh gap. I'm not proud of that.
Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Your home for incredible stand-up comedy. Search comedy on the Sirius XM app.
If you like yacht rock, you're gonna love Yacht Soul. A Sirius XM channel with the same smooth, but even more groove.
Turn your love
Soulful and funky. Yacht Soul. Listen year-round at home on Alexa, Google Home, smart TVs, and everywhere on the Sirius XM app.
'Tis almost the season, and you've got a sleigh load of holiday channels to unwrap in the Sirius XM app. Shake the tinsel right off the tree with Rockin' Christmas. Set the mood for a silent night with Holiday Chill Out. Or add a touch of Christmas class with Real Jazz Holiday. There are dozens of channels to choose from. Just open the Sirius XM app and search Holiday.
Welcome back to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. It's time for another memorable moment in football history. Sponsored by Coles.
Joseph says he's ready. Here's the snap. Ball is down. The kick from Joseph is on the way, and it is good. And the Vikings win. The Minnesota Vikings cap off the largest comeback in NFL history and win in overtime. From 33 down, the Vikings storm back and win it. 39-36, Minnesota, NFC North champions.
Ryan Radke with a call nearly 2 years ago from the historic day in Minnesota when the Vikings and the Colts last met. Indianapolis held that 33-0 lead at halftime thanks in part to a blocked punt return for a touchdown and a pick six. However, Minnesota stormed back in the second half as Kirk Cousins threw for 4 touchdowns, including a 64-yard pass to Dalvin Cook. One play after Colts quarterback Matt Ryan failed to convert a 4th down sneak. Vikings scored on the ensuing 2-point try to send the game into overtime. Greg Joseph's game-winning kick clinched the Vikings' first NFC North title since 2017. Their dramatic win over the Colts remains the largest comeback in NFL history. That is tonight's memorable moment in football history. It's sponsored by Kohl's. When life gets real, start at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. They've lowered prices on thousands of items store-wide. Kohl's, where families come first. Kevin O'Connell was a rookie coach when that all came to pass, on the way to winning 13 games in the regular season. Ultimately, the Vikings ended up getting bounced out of the playoffs that year by the New York Giants, but it was quite a debut for the rookie head coach and quite a memorable game for everybody involved. So we go back to Ryan Radke and Mike Golick at U.S. Bank Stadium. Guys, Kevin told me this week that when they went into the locker room down 33-0, Patrick Peterson said, hey, all we have to do is score 5 times. And apparently that was the rallying cry.
It's as easy as that. Just score 5 times. Everything will be okay. They might have been the only ones that could believe they came back on that day. They did it, won 39-36 in overtime. I'm sure the Vikings would be okay if it wasn't nearly as dramatic here tonight. Let's get Mike Golick's keys of the game, sponsored by Uline. Success in sports starts with fundamentals. Uline's fundamentals are quality-tested shipping and industrial products, always in stock and ready to ship today. That's Uline. Well, Mike, 2 years ago, Indianapolis raced out to a 33-0 lead. They'd like to forget what happened after that. But how about the keys for them to get a win here tonight in Minnesota?
Well, let's go to fundamentals, and that would be running the ball with Jonathan Taylor. While we talked about Minnesota being third against the run, as of late they haven't been. Gave up over 100 yards to the Rams, and the O-line has got to be able to communicate to pick up this blitzing Minnesota defense. As far as the Indy defense, maybe the D-line take advantage of a new left tackle and Cam Robinson coming over in a trade from Jacksonville. But that back 7 has got to take the stress off because those 3 receivers for the Vikings, Jefferson, Addison, and Naylor, are averaging 15 and 16 yards per reception, so they got to have a game.
Vikings began the season 5-0, but back-to-back losses have dropped them to 5-2. What are the keys for them to get back on track?
Well, listen, Darnold holds the ball longer than any other quarterback in the league, so that gives times to develop down the field to talk about those receivers getting the yards that they get, especially after the catch. Get T.J. Hawkinson, the tight end, involved. Hasn't played since he blew his knee out Christmas Eve of last year. Get him involved early. And back to fundamentals again. Aaron Jones running the ball, though he is the second leading receiver as well. Minnesota defensively, that high blitz rate should continue because Joe Flacco is not a mobile quarterback. So if they can get some free rushers, which we'll talk about how they've done it, Joe is going to have to either dump the ball off or get rid of it quickly, which is going to shorten the routes.
49 degrees outside here in Minneapolis, inside U.S. Bank Stadium. It is beautiful. It is perfect. The fans have filed in, ready for this Sunday night matchup. The coin toss just took place. The Vikings won the toss, and they have deferred their option to the second half, so we will see Joe Flacco and that Indianapolis offense on the field first. Minnesota is in the purple jerseys tonight with white numbers. They have white pants and purple helmets. Indianapolis in the all whites, white jerseys with blue numbers, white pants, and they have the white helmets. Time now for the opening kickoff. It's sponsored by T-Mobile. Switch to T-Mobile. You can get tons of benefits and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Use their savings calculator to find out how at T-Mobile.com/switch. Now the Vikings happy to be back in front of their home crowd. They played last Thursday night in L.A., lost that game 30-20 to the suddenly hot L.A. Rams. And happy to be back here tonight, trying to take advantage of some extra rest, although we should point out, kind of just an interesting note, that the Vikings have not been good on long rest the last couple of years. They're just 2-4 when they've had extra time to prepare for games. So we'll see what happens tonight as Will Reichard gets set to kick it away. Tyler Goodson, Ashton Doolin back deep to receive for Indianapolis. Reichard, the rookie out of Alabama, will kick it away from our right to our left. Great to have you along. Week number 9 of Sunday Night Football is underway as Reichard swings his right foot into the ball. It's an end-over-end kick. Doolin backing up into the end zone will take it 8 yards deep. He will drop down to a knee, and the Colts will start 1st and 10 at the 30. Well, Joe Flacco, good numbers in his games this year. It'll be his 3rd start, his 5th game overall, 7 touchdowns and 1 pick. Jonathan Taylor is back and healthy, ran for 100 yards a week ago when they lost at Houston. Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, Alec Pierce are the wide receivers. Mo Alley Cox is the tight end. 1st and 10, Indianapolis at their own 30. The ball is on the near side right hash. Flacco starts under center with Taylor, the single back. Receivers left and right. Crowd already making a lot of noise. Downs in motion from the right. Flacco takes the snap. He's back. He'll hand it off. This is Taylor dancing in between the hash marks across the line of scrimmage and out to about the 32, maybe the 33. Jonathan Bullard, the 9th-year defensive lineman out of Florida on the stop. That'll be a gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, they definitely are going to want to establish the run. Again, with Flacco being immobile, he's going to want to be able to have some play action because not being able to move well, going to want to be able to freeze those linebackers.
Colts will send 3 receivers in a bunch to the right. Pierce is the single man to the left. 2nd down, 7 from the 33-yard line. Flacco goes under center again. Here's the snap. He's back. He'll hand it off. This is Taylor again, running off the right side. Breaks a tackle, ducks his shoulder, and powers his way close to the first down. They're going to have him a yard short out of the 39. It's a gain of 6. Jerry Tillery on the stop. And now a 3rd down and 1 coming up for Indianapolis, trying to keep the ball on the opening drive.
Good cutback that time. Bernard Ryman, the left tackle, is out with a concussion, and the rookie Matt Gonzalez is in at left tackle. He had a nice cutoff block there for Taylor to cut back. 2 rookies on the offensive line, Dalton Tucker being the other right guard.
Gonzalez, the 3rd rounder out of Pitt, he played both left and right tackle. A bit primarily right tackle. But back at left tackle tonight, shotgun snap on 3rd and 1. Flacco back, looks left, double clutches, throws down the field, got a man wide open. It's his tight end, Granson, and he makes the catch at the Minnesota 40. Harrison Smith was in coverage, but Granson found a seam. They'll mark him at the 39. It's a gain of 21 on 3rd and 1.
What an excellent throw. And again, this is one of the reasons that Flacco is in there. His completion percentage, Anthony Richardson, was just at 44%, and Flacco threw it high and away from Harrison Smith, the safety, who was trying to guard from the inside out.
Colts coming into tonight, 35 plays of 20 or more yards, 6th in the NFL. Pistol snap on 1st down, handoff. This is Taylor along the left hash. He finds a seam. He's across the 30, and he's all the way down close to the 26. Harrison Smith again on the tackle, but boy, that hole just opened up for Jonathan Taylor. He explodes through for 13.
Well, I mentioned there's 2 rookies, one at right guard, one at left tackle, but when in doubt, run over Quentin Nelson, the left guard. The perennial Pro Bowler and All-Pro, who's just an absolute mover of human beings.
6 times in the Pro Bowl, 3 times a first-team All-Pro. 1st and 10 from the Vikings, 26. Flacco under center with receivers left and right. Here's the snap. Handoff. The ball is fumbled. There's a massive pile-up. Minnesota says they have it. The officials coming in to take a look. There's been no official signal, but the Vikings say they have the football, and they do. That ball never got into the hands of Jonathan Taylor. And the Minnesota defense comes up with another takeaway. It is their 16th of the year. That ball came right out of the gut of Taylor, went rolling around on the ground, and Harrison Smith came flying in to recover it. And the Vikings will take over when we come back with 12:24 to go in the opening quarter. Indianapolis nothing. Minnesota will have it when we come back. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
It's time to get hyped for the NBA season on Sirius XM.
3 for the win! He hit it!
From a father-son duo in LA,
LeBron James and Bronny James,
to the Celtics defending their title.
It is banner 18.
You'll hear every game on your radio and the hometown announcers on the Sirius XM app.
Doncic will shoot a 3 and hit it!
And stay on point with all the biggest stories in the association on Sirius XM NBA Radio, Channel 86.
This is Peter King. Hear me all season long, every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Each year, Eddie Vedder handpicks some of his favorite artists to join him in his Ohana Music Festival on the beach in Dana Point, California.
Are you ready, Ohana?
Hear this year's most unforgettable moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just saw Devo.
Featuring 2 nights of Pearl Jam. And exclusive performances from Sting, Alanis Morissette, and more. The best of Ohana 2024 throughout the weekend on Pearl Jam Radio, Channel 22.
Get daily football news on the players and teams that matter to you on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Europe's top clubs are battling it out in the UEFA Champions League, and you can hear all the top matches on SiriusXM FC.
Mkhitaryan! 2-0! What a start for Inter!
League phase play continues when the Italian champions clash with an English powerhouse.
Odegaard! 2-0! Arsenal running riot!
Inter Milan versus Arsenal, live from the San Siro. Coverage begins Wednesday at 3 Eastern on SiriusXM FC 157 and streaming on the SiriusXM app.
This is Bill Belichick. Hear me break down the week in the NFL every Monday night on Let's Go, 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Ryan Radke, Mike Golick here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Minneapolis. For the ones who get it done, there's Grainger, offering over 1 million industrial-grade products, fast delivery, and free technical support. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Vikings will take over at their own 24 after the fumble, 1st and 10. 2 receivers left, 2 tight ends right. Sam Darnold under center. Gets the snap. He's back on a play fake. Rolling to his right, throws right. That one is caught by the tight end Oliver, and he's out of bounds, close to a first down. Nick Cross made the tackle. They're going to mark Josh Oliver just short. So a gain of 9 up to the 33. Mike, let's go back to the fumble. A lot of talk on the Indianapolis sideline. It seemed like a good handoff that Jonathan Taylor just didn't secure.
Put it right in the breadbasket. Taylor just didn't clamp down.
Shotgun snap, and now whistles prior to the snap.
After replay assistance, ruling on the field is the first down.
So Sean Smith got word from upstairs that they're going to give a first down to Josh Oliver. So it is a gain of 10 to the 34. And Minnesota with the first down. So Flacco put that ball right where it was supposed to be. Taylor just didn't clamp down around it. The ball went rolling around, and Harrison Smith came out of there with it.
Yeah, now one thing the Colts can take away, it was a good drive. Good running by Taylor, good one pass by Flacco, but obviously ended up in a turnover, but it was a good drive.
Darnold under center on 1st and 10 from his own 35. Jones the single back. They'll hand it off to Aaron Jones along the left hash across the 40, bouncing outside 45. And Aaron Jones ducks his shoulder and powers out of bounds up near midfield. Jalen Jones with the tackle. Aaron Jones out of bounds at the 48. They'll give him 14 and a first down.
Yeah, by rushing, they're 30th in the league at 151 yards. 111 yards a game, 22nd in the league. But Aaron Jones averaging 4.8 yards a carry. And, oh, by the way, as I mentioned, the second leading receiver. So he's an all-everything.
First down and 10, Vikings from their own 48. Darnold in the gun with Jones to his left. 2 receivers right, single man to the left. Darnold waits, gets the shotgun snap. Back to pass, quick throw, right side. That's caught. That's T.J. Hawkinson, and he's pulled down for a short gain of 2 out to midfield by Kenny Moore. But you hear the response. Hawkinson's first game after blowing out his knee a year ago. They love him here in Minnesota and happy to have him back in the lineup.
Yeah, again, out since December 24th of last year, week 16, blew that knee out.
2nd down, 8, shotgun snap. Darnold back, looks left, throws left, got a man wide open. That's Brandon Powell on the sideline, and he's knocked out of bounds with a first down. Jalen Jones in coverage, knocked him out. They'll put him out of bounds at the 41 of Indianapolis, and that's a gain of 9 yards and a first down for Minnesota.
So I talk about bend but don't break. The Colts are the highest zone team in the league. So at first, Donald will just take those short passes.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Darnold under center, brings a man in motion from the right, takes the snap, back on a play fake, rolling right, looks back to his left, throws that side. It's caught by Addison. Addison looking for room, doesn't find much. He's able to get forward for about a yard to the 40-yard line. Indianapolis did a good job there and had a couple of defenders waiting to make the stop, led by DeForest Buckner, who returned from IR a week ago. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Oh, Grover Stewart was in a one-on-one situation to make the tackle in open field. Got his hands on him at 315 pounds. Moved his feet pretty well.
2nd down, 9. Football on the near side, left hash. Nose of it right at the Indianapolis 40-yard line. Darnold goes under center. 2 receivers to the right. Addison inside of Jefferson. Jones is the single back. Darnold brings Jefferson in motion from right to left, takes the snap. He'll hand it off. Aaron Jones running just outside the left hash, and he runs into the waiting arms of Zaire Franklin after a short gain on the play. And now 3rd down coming up. Tune in to watch all the excitement of the NFL next Sunday on CBS and Fox. Check your local listings for games and times in your area. Catch the NFL on CBS and Fox.
You'll be calling Zaire Franklin's number a lot tonight, leading tackler in the NFL with 87 tackles.
He's another one of those guys that when you watch Indianapolis, you feel like there's 3 of them on the field because he is everywhere. 3rd down now. 3rd down and 6 from the Indianapolis 37. Darnold in the gun. Waits, gets the snap. Darnold back, looks to his right, double clutches, throws right side. That's juggled, caught by Addison right at the marker, and it looks like it'll be good enough for the first down. Samuel Womack was in coverage. They will give him the first down to the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 6, and the Minnesota drive continues.
Just a little too much cushion by this defense right now. The back group just giving a little too much. receiver able to run him off and cut up and just get enough for the first down, just enough to move the chains.
From the Colts 31, 1st and 10. Offset eye behind Darnold, receivers left and right. C.J. Ham, the fullback, is in there in front of Aaron Jones. Darnold takes the snap. He's back. He'll hand it off. Jones cuts left in between the hash marks. Flag flies in from the secondary. Jones across the 30-yard line to about the 28. Franklin with the tackle, but we'll see about the flag.
Holding. Defense number 96. 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
So that's Taven Bryan who gets called for the defensive hold.
That's a defensive tackle who is getting combo blocked, 2 on him, and as one of the offensive linemen tries to go to the linebacker, a D lineman will hold him. We used to do that all the time, and it was legal. They've made it illegal a few years ago where you can't hold the offensive lineman as he's trying to get to the second level, and Bryan definitely got caught doing it.
So move it down to the Colts 23, 1st and 10. Darnold under center, gets the snap. He'll hand it off. Aaron Jones out to the right hash, spins out of one tackle, but then is wrapped up. Good secondary pursuit there by the Colts. That'll go for no gain on the play. Bryan was in on that tackle, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Clock moving, 7:36 to go here in the opening quarter. No score. First time that Minnesota has had the ball. 10th play of this drive coming up. Shotgun snap to Darnold. Back to pass. Looking. Throws short. Over the middle. That's caught. That's Trent Sherfield. And Sherfield down to the 16-yard line. So Sherfield will put him at a 3rd and short after a gain of 7. E.J. Speed with the tackle. He's 8th in the NFL in tackles this year.
Again, just a little too much space in that zone defense, making it a more manageable 3rd down.
3rd down and 3 from the 16-yard line. Vikings for the season, 39.5% on 3rd down. That's 13th in the NFL. Colts defense, meanwhile, they're 24th. They've given up 43%. 3 receivers go to the left. Hawkinson tight to the line on the right. Darnold in the gun with Jones to his right side. Here's the shotgun snap. Darnold back, looking to his left, scanning, under pressure, now moving to his left, being chased, flips his hips, fires to the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off in the end zone by Franklin. Darnold rolling to his left, tried to make a late throw, and he fired it right to Zaire Franklin. He has his first interception of the year, and the Indianapolis defense turns away Minnesota.
I mean, as soon as he threw that one, he wanted to pull the string on it. He saw the trailing defender, but didn't see Franklin coming from the other side to make the easy interception in the end zone.
So each team has had the ball once, and each team has turned it over. 6:40 to go in the first quarter. No score between the Colts and the Vikings. You are listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Hey, football fans, with BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms, 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Running your own business can feel a lot like running a one-person relay race. When you've got to expand your team, share the baton with Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates to your roster. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
If I was to describe this sandwich in one word, I would say magical. Hi, this is Jamor, and the little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is that extra off. I go back and forth from the spicy filet to the original filet. I get into the sweetness of the honey, then you have the extra kick from the spicy filet. The combination alone takes it over the top. It's award-winning.
The Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is back with a bite. Try it with the original or spicy filet, now for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
Time to check the schedule of games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by Hulu Plus Live TV. Tomorrow night, the Buccaneers in Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. Then Thursday night, the Bengals visit Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Sunday morning from Munich, it's the Panthers and the Giants. And 1 week from tonight, Mike and I will be in Houston as the Detroit Lions take on the Houston Texans. Tired of paying for cable TV? Switch to Hulu Plus Live TV today to watch over 95 live channels. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com. Well, Mike, each team has had the ball, put together a good drive, but then really a couple of inexcusable turnovers for these two.
Yeah, very a basic handoff that you don't get, and Sam Darnold just absolutely missing Zaire Franklin in coverage. So two very easy turnovers, but two good offensive drives.
Franklin was tackled in the end zone, so the Colts will start at the 21st and 10. Flacco under center, takes the snap, back on a play fake, sets his feet, swings it out right side, caught by Taylor along the numbers. He's out to the 25, dancing his way across the 30, and out to the 31-yard line before Byron Murphy can make the stop. Gain of 11 on the little flip to Jonathan Taylor, and an Indianapolis first down.
Boy, he is so important to this offense. Came back last week after missing the 3 previous games with an ankle. When he's in the game, both running the ball and catching it out of the backfield, it really helps, especially when you have had 2 quarterbacks playing throughout most of the year. When Richardson was hurt, now he's been benched.
First down and 10. Colts at their own 31, pistol formation. Flacco takes the snap, handoff. Richardson slicing off the right hash, picks up a yard out to the 32. Host of purple jerseys waiting to make that stop. Jonathan Grenard leads the way. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. To your point about Taylor, Mike, you mentioned he missed the 3 games, so he's nowhere near the top in terms of total rushing yards. But if you look at yards per game rushing, he's 4th in the NFL this year.
Yep, well, just under 91 yards a game. That is huge. Again, helping the play action again with a more statuesque quarterback in Big Joe Flacco.
2nd down 9 from the 32. 3 receivers, bunch left, single man to the right. Taylor is the running back. He's off to the right of Flacco. Flacco lifts his right leg, takes a low snap. He's back to pass. Rush coming. Looks, throws, short left side. Caught by Downs. Turns it up across the 35. And he's out to about the 36-yard line. Tackle made by Andrew Van Ginkel. It's a gain of 4. And a 3rd down coming up for Indianapolis now. It'll be 3rd and 5 with 5:05 to go in the first quarter.
The expectation is the ball is going to come out quicker and on shorter routes, so the defense won't be too far back and able to step up and make the tackle for shorter gains.
Well, in the opening drive, we saw Indianapolis on 3rd down go deep downfield to Kylan Granson. See what they do here on 3rd and 5. 2 receivers left and right. Flacco was in the gun. They'll bring Downs in motion from right to left. Flacco wants the shotgun snap. He's got it back to pass. He's looking, throws short right, and it's incomplete. Sailed it over the head of Taylor out in the right flat. Now the Vikings defense stands up after the turnover. Indianapolis will punt.
Yeah, Joe just got rid of the ball a little quicker than he needed to. Minnesota does what Brian Flores does, put 7 at the line, but ended up they try and confuse you. They just rushed 4, and the Colts picked it up perfectly. And so even if he would have completed that short pass, he wouldn't have got the first down.
So Rigoberto Sanchez on to punt. Brandon Powell back to return, waiting just inside his own 20. Sanchez takes a chest-high snap. Puts his right foot into it. It's a high spiraling punt. His backs Powell up just inside the 10-yard line. He's got it straight ahead along the near side numbers to the 20, and he dives out to about the 24-yard line. So a nice job by Powell there. About a 14-yard return. And Tyler Goodson getting down to make the tackle on special teams. We've got a timeout with 4:26 to go in the first quarter. Colts and Vikings, no score. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our clients' portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Something amazing is happening with supply chains. They're running themselves quickly and securely. That's because retailers consulted with CDW, who designed and built a Cisco security solution to defend against attacks and respond to threats. With end-to-end protection, better decisions are made in real time, so warehouse and customer data stay safe until products reach their destination. Cisco and CDW make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Cisco.
Surprise!
your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird.
All right.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Folks, Election Day is this Tuesday, and we all need to show up big for our country and make our voices heard. Make a game plan to get to the polls this week. For more resources and information, visit NFL.com/votes. 4:26 to go first quarter. No score between Indianapolis and Minnesota. Vikings will start this drive at their own 24. First down and 10. Sam Darnold had it rolling on that opening drive, Mike, before throwing the ball right to Zaire Franklin in the end zone.
He did, and I was watching Cam Robinson, who they just acquired from Jacksonville, filling a left tackle, did a good job on that drive.
First down and 10. Receivers left and right. Darnold goes under center, brings Addison in motion from the left. They're going to hand it to him on a jet sweep, running out to the right along the numbers to the 30, cuts back inside, and he's going to be close to a first down and may have it. Zaire Franklin eventually made the tackle, but only after a run of 10. They had a first down for Jordan Addison. Well, the Vikings, we mentioned, have lost back-to-back games, and Kevin O'Connell talked this week about just maybe simplifying a few things on offense, and Justin Jefferson talked about it. They said, it's really just about, do we need all the bells and whistles on every single play, or can we just stick to a few fundamental things?
Well, I think getting T.J. Hockenson back is going to add to sticking to the few fundamentals with an Aaron Jones, a T.J., and a Justin Jefferson being the focal point of the offense.
Well, replay assist has gotten involved again, and this time they have taken away a first down. So they're going to move it back to the 33-yard line. It's a run of 9 for Addison. And it'll be a second down and 1. So replay assist is active early in this game tonight. Mike Wimmer is the replay official, making his voice heard.
I had a couple cups of coffee before the game.
Second down and 1. Darnold waits back in the shotgun with Jones to his right. Here's the snap, handoff Jones along the right hash, and Aaron Jones has the first down, crossing the 35 out to the 36-yard line, picks up 3 yards, and the Vikings have their first down. Tackle made by Grover Stewart.
Yeah, we mentioned it at the top. While we talk about the passing game, Flacco in for Richardson, a higher completion percentage, less turnovers. Darnold's hitting the downfield to the 3 receivers. It does get down to basics, and they would both love to be able to just flat out run the ball with Taylor and Jones.
Vikings are 5-0 this year when they outrush their opponents, 0-2 when they don't. 2 receivers left, single man right. Darnold under center, first and 10 from his own 36. Back on a play fake, sets his feet, steps up in the pocket, looks, fires deep down the middle of the field, caught by Jefferson across midfield, and he's down in Indianapolis territory at the 45. Julian Blackmon made the tackle, but Darnold climbs the pocket, fires a 19-yard strike to Justin Jefferson, his first catch of the night.
That was just great timing by Darnold, getting the ball as he cut inside of Nick Cross before the other safety could get involved. He just drilled the ball in there. Excellent timing by Darnold.
They'll call it the Indianapolis 44, first down and 10. 3 receivers go to the right side of the formation. Oliver, the tight end, on the left end of the line. Darnold under center, gets the snap. He'll toss it out to Jones, running right outside the numbers, trying to turn the corner, and he can't do it. Good job by the Indianapolis defense setting that edge. Samuel Womack ran him out of bounds. It's a gain of 1, and that'll bring up second down and 9.
Yeah, really good job. That's a couple times now that Minnesota's tried to get the edge quickly. They got it one time, didn't this time. You last time set up with a second and short, this time a second and long.
Second down 9 from the 43. Clock down to 2:04, 2:03 to go here in this opening quarter. No score. Vikings coming at 5-2. Colts are at 4-4. Vikings out of the huddle will send Jefferson wide to the left, Addison wide right. Darnold lines up in the shotgun. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Back to pass, rush coming, screen left side. Aaron Jones hit immediately and dropped by Grant Stewart. Back at midfield. No, they thought they had something there, but Stewart had the screen read the entire way, comes up and knocks down Jones for a loss of 8.
It's how quickly you can read the screen. And again, we're in an NFL of short passes and plays like this. And this way, Stewart beats the lineman getting out there. The linemen do not have a chance to block him because he jumps the screen route. It's just great anticipation, great film study.
So it's now a third down and 16 with the ball back at midfield. Darnold in the gun, 2 receivers right, single man left, shotgun snap. Darnold back to pass, has time, surveys the field, throws short to the right, caught by Hockenson, who gets upended just inside the Indianapolis 45 at the 44 by Kenny Moore. What a tackle by Moore, getting low on Hockenson, flipping him over well short of the first down. And that'll bring out the Vikings punt team. Ryan Wright will try to pin Indianapolis deep.
Well, I talked about in the first drive how they were playing off a bit and giving them the short routes. Here on 3rd and long, you go ahead and play off, give them that catch underneath, and do exactly what Kenny Moore did, just upend T.J. Hockenson.
Josh Downs back deep to return the Ryan Wright punt. Well, you talked about fundamentals in your keys. Can you get any more fundamental than that tackle by Kenny Moore? Wright standing back and waiting. Here's the snap. Wright drops the nose of the football, end-over-end punt. Downs moving right, signals fair catch, lets the ball bounce right around the goal line, and it goes into the end zone. Boy, that ball was right there in between the 1 and the goal line, but it bounces in, and the Colts will get it at the 20. Stay up to date with Westwood One Sports by following us on X and Instagram. In-game highlights, direct links to listen to live games, behind-the-scenes photos, and more. Follow Westwood One Sports on X and Instagram. So, 3rd drive for Joe Flacco and the Colts. Mike, we talked a lot about the decision, Flacco versus Richardson. The opponents of this decision will say, look, you drafted a kid that you knew had to play to get better. How can you pull him now? You're just going against what you knew needed to happen.
Again, you have to do what's right for the team, and the amount of turnovers and low completion percentage just says Richardson has to sit for a bit.
1st down and 10 from the 20. Here's a handoff. Flacco giving it up on 1st down to Jonathan Taylor, who runs along the right hash and picks up 4 to the 24. Dallas Turner, the rookie out of Alabama, with the tackle. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 6 when we come back. It's the end of the 1st quarter here in Minneapolis. No score between the Colts and the Vikings. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
If you like yacht rock, you're gonna love Yacht Soul. A Sirius XM channel with the same smooth, but even more groove.
Just the two. Turn your love
Soulful and funky. Yacht Soul. Listen year-round at home on Alexa, Google Home, smart TVs, and everywhere on the Sirius XM app.
This is Peter King. Hear me all season long, every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
To win your fantasy football league, you need to be one step ahead of the competition. And at SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, we're giving you the edge you need to take home the trophy.
There are no tight ends that you can count on. We will tell you who to start.
Our experts are doling out start-sit advice, waiver pickups, and so much more to help you win a championship.
Just because you're allowed to make a waiver move doesn't mean you have to make a waiver move.
Listen right now on Channel 87 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app.
This is Bill Belichick. Hear me break down the week in the NFL every Monday night on Let's Go, 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Hold up! It's Jimmy Fallon, and you're invited to my place for Christmas. Get ready for a new channel of classic holiday songs handpicked by me.
Simply having a wonderful Christmas.
Plus music from my new Christmas album, Holiday Season. Jimmy Fallon's Holiday Seasoning Radio. On now, Channel 17, or listen at home with the SiriusXM app. Just search Jimmy Fallon.
We're bringing the pop and sizzle with me, Adam Shine, on Channel Sports every weekday from 9 a.m. to noon Eastern on SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
I'm Ryan Radke along with Mike Golick. The start of the 2nd quarter is sponsored by Old Spice. Stinking places beyond your pits, Old Spice has you covered with total body deodorant. 24/7 freshness from pits to toes with daily use. No score between the Colts and the Vikings. Indianapolis will start the 2nd quarter, 2nd and 6 of their own 24. But Mike, back to what we were talking about with Anthony Richardson getting benched, and there are people that will say, look, he needs to play if he's going to get better. You can't put him on the bench.
Yeah, the last 2 games, 10 of 24 and 10 of 32, 41%, 31%. Earlier in the season, he had a couple of 50%. He's just not progressing each week like he should be.
Flacco takes the snap from under center. Handoff Jonathan Taylor to the left hash. He gets a yard to the 25 before he is shoved backward by Harrison Phillips. He'll bring up 3rd and 5.
He adds a running element, but we saw the running. He got hurt last year. Played 4 games. Got hurt this year. Missed some time, so Flacco started a couple of games as well. So while he does bring a running threat, he has been hurt a couple of times running, and there's just not enough improvement in the passing game and too many turnovers. 4 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and a couple of fumbles.
Meanwhile, Joe Flacco facing a 3rd and 5 now from his own 25. Slot right, single man left. Here's the snap. Flacco back against the 4-man rush. Throws deep down the middle, pass is tipped and incomplete. He was trying to find Michael Pittman, but threw it into a crowd. That one batted away. It'll bring up 4th down, and the Colts will punt. 2nd straight time they've had a 3 and out.
And that time Joe had pressure. Again, they lined up 6 on the line and brought only 4. He ran a little stunt, got some pressure to him, but Joe just stood in there and fired it, but incomplete.
Cameron Bynum, the man that deflected it. So Sanchez on to punt with Brandon Powell waiting to return. Just inside his own 35. Sanchez had a good first punt of 55 yards. He takes a chest-high snap here. It's an end-over-end punt towards the near sideline. Powell coming over will let this one bounce, and it kicks out of bounds right about the 25-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. The official walking up on the near side. He's going to stop right at the 25. And that's where the Vikings will have it 1st and 10 after a 50-yard kick. Ryan Radke, Mike Golick here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Minneapolis. Give your team an edge with Grainger. You'll find supplies and solutions for every industry, plus fast delivery and 24/7 support when you call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Well, Mike, in some ways, it's already been a win for Indianapolis. The Vikings have gone nuts with first quarter scoring this year. They had scored in the first quarter in each of their first 7 games. 3 times they had 14 points. So to hold them to nothing right off the bat, it's a good start.
Averaged over 10 points in the first quarter for the year.
Darnold lines up under center. Cam Akers is the running back. He'll get the carrier starting to his right, jumps back to his left across the 30, cuts left to the 35, and Cam Akers picks up a first down. Makes his way out to the 37. Julian Blackman with a tackle, a gain of 12 for Cam Akers.
Certainly an area the Colts have struggled through the year, 30th in the league, giving up just about 152 yards a game on the ground.
First down and 10. Darnold goes under center. Receivers left and right. Now Darnold going to change something. Play clock shows 18. Goes back under center. Akers is the single back. 2 receivers to the right, including Addison, who sprints in motion to the left. Darnold has the snap. He'll hand it off. This is Akers again between the hash marks, and he dives across the 40 out to the 41. Kenny Moore with the tackle, gain of 4. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Sunday Night Football.
Get a little home cooking right on your phone. Your hometown announcers are always on the SiriusXM app. SiriusXM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here.
Ryan Radke, Mike Golick here in Minneapolis. 13 minutes to go first half. No score between the Colts and the Vikings. 2nd down and 6, Vikings from their own 41. Darnold under center takes the snap. Back to pass. Looking over the middle. Now swings it out to the right side. It's caught out there. Running along the numbers up to the 40-yard line. And out to the 41 is Akers before E.J. Speed can wrap him up. And no gain on the play. So that'll leave a 3rd down and 6 here for Sam Darnold and Minnesota.
Well, that was fullback on linebacker C.J. Ham out there in front of the receiver, but E.J. Speed used his hands well, shed him, and made a nice tackle.
So Aaron Jones will come back in now for this 3rd down play. 3rd down and 5. Darnold lines up in the shotgun. He's got Ham to his right. 3 receivers out to the left side of the formation. Darnold gets the snap. Back to pass against the 4-man rush. He looks. He pumps. He's under pressure. He throws. Caught by Hawkinson. And T.J. Hawkinson is going to have a first down. Penalty flag on the field. Here's Sean Smith.
Holding. Offense, number 74. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
And that is the newest Viking, Cam Robinson, that wipes out that completion to Hawkinson for a first down.
Again, Cam Robinson getting the start, just coming in on the trade. When Darashaw got hurt, David Quisenberry stood in for him, but they brought in Cam Robinson. In weeks 1 through 8 in Jacksonville, Cam Robinson gave up 16 pressures and 5 sacks, so he has struggled in the pass blocking category.
He just grabbed Kwity Paye there as Paye was trying to make an inside move. So back it up to the 31, it's 3rd down and 16. Trips left, single man right. Darnold waits in the shotgun, hands in front of his chest, takes the snap, quick throw, left side, that's caught. Justin Jefferson's going to throw it back across the field. Aaron Jones bobbles it, makes the catch, 35 to the 40, cuts back in 45, up to the 50, into Indianapolis territory, and a first down. Nick Cross made the tackle, but a little trickery from the Vikings nets 21 yards and a 3rd and long conversion.
Wow, what an incredible play. Aaron Jones bobbled that, almost dropped it, and they had a bunch of open area to run, but 2 solid passes.
Boy, unfortunately, Jones did hang on to that because he almost ran before he had the ball. But they'll take it. First down and 10 from the Colts' 47-yard line. Darnold under center, gets the snap. Back on a play fake. Rush coming. He's in trouble. He's wrapped up and sacked, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Colts. Kenny Moore racing the other way, all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Colts. There is a penalty flag that is down. Darnold got hit around the neck, lost the ball. Kenny Moore took it in. If the touchdown stands, the Colts will have a 6-0 lead.
Boy, I don't know.
There's no foul on the play. Ruling on the field, it's a touchdown.
They were close to calling Grover Stewart with roughing the passer the way he got him around the neck and threw him down. But I'm glad the officials got together and talked about it, because there's no way they should have made that call. He hit him across the top of the chest with his arm.
Well, he did make a little contact with Darnold's face mask, and that's why you hear some of the boos. The fans here are still smarting from that missed face mask at the end of the game in L.A. last Thursday. But, Mike, I got to tell you, I agree with you. I think this is a good no call.
Absolutely a good no call. Absolutely. I'm glad I saw the flag, and I thought they're going to call him for it. But they got together and they discussed it. We've seen that more over the last couple of years, the officials discussing and picking up flags.
So a 36-yard fumble return for touchdown for Kenny Moore. And now the extra point from Matt Gay. The kick is on the way, and it is good. A defensive touchdown gets Indianapolis on the board with 10:56 to go in the first half. It's the Colts 7 and the Vikings nothing. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
What's up, college football fans? It's Eric McLean and Kelly Gramlich here from Gramlich and McLean. Wake up with us every single morning on SiriusXM Channel 371.
Join us each day at 7 a.m. to get the most in-depth ACC football coverage. We're giving you post-game recaps, player and coach interviews, as well as picks for your favorite team each and every week.
Coast-to-coast coverage every single day. It's football season, baby. Let's go.
Gramlich and McLean, weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Eastern on ACC Radio, SiriusXM Channel 371.
The NASCAR Cup Series is on SiriusXM. We're back on the track Sunday,
2 p.m. Eastern.
It's the NASCAR Cup Series Championship from Phoenix Raceway.
Back to fly, baby. Yeah.
On SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90, in the car, and on the all-new SiriusXM app. Get closer to everything that moves you wherever you are with the SiriusXM app.
Let's make some smoke and drink some beer. Yes!
Comedy Central Radio brings you the biggest names in comedy. All day long, you'll hear the best stand-up comedy from Comedy Central's massive library.
If you ever ask an adult what they did over the weekend and they say they didn't do anything, their faces light up.
Every weeknight, you'll hear 2.5 hours of comedy for your drive home.
The other day, I got jealous of a dog's thigh gap. I'm not proud of that.
Comedy Central Radio, SiriusXM 95. Your home for incredible stand-up comedy. Search comedy on the SiriusXM app.
'Tis almost the season, and you've got a sleigh load of holiday channels to unwrap in the SiriusXM app. Shake the tinsel right off the tree with Rockin' Christmas. Set the mood for a silent night with Holiday Chill Out. Or add a touch of Christmas class with Real Jazz Holiday. There are dozens of channels to choose from. Just open the SiriusXM app and search Holiday.
Ryan Radke, Mike Golick back in Minneapolis, 10:56 to go first half. Colts on top 7-0. Kenny Moore scoops up the fumble and takes it in for the touchdown. That is the second Minnesota turnover. And Indianapolis now with the lead for Vikings fans. Definitely a Pepto-Bismol upsetting moment. Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5 symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol. Use as directed. Keep out of the reach of children.
And I know anytime you get near the head of a quarterback, everybody is expecting a flag, but I'm really happy they showed restraint. Well, the flag came out, but that they did talk about it.
I know the fans here don't like it because, as I said, they're still smarting about that face mask for a safety that was missed at the end of the game in L.A. last Thursday night. As Matt Gay gets set to kick it away, and Ty Chandler will let this one go over his head out the back of the end zone, and Minnesota will start at the 30.
Grover Stewart, who got that sack fumble, I mean, he's used to playing behind the line of scrimmage. He leads all defensive tackles with 7 tackles for loss, and he's second for defensive tackles in tackles themselves. Cam Hayward is number 1 from Pittsburgh. So Grover has been used to playing on the other side of the line.
Well, Mike, I know you love those D tackles.
Yes.
If you think about one of the reasons the Colts have some hope going into the second half, with Stewart playing the way he's playing and DeForest Buckner back now, they like that combination inside.
Monster difference with DeForest Buckner back in. Missed 5 games with an ankle injury.
First down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Darnold under center, takes the snap. He's backhanded off to Aaron Jones along the right hash, and he's able to get up a couple of yards before he is taken down by the aforementioned Grover Stewart. Gain of 2 out to the 32. It'll be second down and 8.
Yeah, the interior of that D-line, they're very happy. Again, DeForest Buckner back. The pressure rate when he's on the field is 52%. When he's off the field, it's 30%. So he makes a monster difference in the pass and against the run.
Buckner, one of 3 players in the NFL that's had at least 7 sacks each of the last 6 years, joining Myles Garrett and Chris Jones. Second down, 8. Darnold lines up in the gun. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Darnold back to pass. Looking left, throws left. That's caught inside the numbers by Oliver. The tight end turns it back in, dives across the 45, and he's out to the 46. E.J. Speed, Zaire Franklin together on the tackle, but only after a gain of 14 and a Vikings first down.
Oliver's been doing a nice job for them as of late. Johnny Munt had 14 receptions on the season. Oliver came in with just 7. Obviously, just, all kind of a place card hold until Hawkinson came back.
Does have a couple of touchdowns, has 2 catches already in the game tonight. First down and 10 from the 46. Darnold under center, slot right, single man left. Darnold gets the snap, fakes the handoff, rolling to his left, throws short left, caught by Oliver again across midfield. Gets out of 1 tackle and works his way to the Indianapolis 45-yard line. So the 3rd catch for Josh Oliver, Jalen Jones and Nick Cross on the tackle. Gain of about 9. Second down and short coming up. Don't miss all the NFL action Thursday night on Amazon Prime Video when the Cincinnati Bengals meet the Baltimore Ravens. You can also hear Thursday Night Football right here on Westwood 1. Here's a handoff on second and short, and Zaire Franklin, what a hit. Man, he met Aaron Jones right in the hole, and it'll be 3rd and short, no gain. Heck of a tackle by Franklin.
That was one for the highlight reel and for the fundamental reel for kids to watch, how you run through a ball carrier. He just turned him sideways and absolutely stopped him in his tracks.
Boy, I'll tell you, Mike, Aaron Jones, he's not Derrick Henry, but you don't see him go backwards.
No,
very
you do
often.
not. But you do see Zaire Franklin on many, many, many tackles since 2022, the most tackles in the NFL.
3rd down and a yard, 2 receivers stack right, single man left, shotgun snap to Darnold, hands it off. Jones again, didn't get there. He got hit immediately. He might have actually lost a yard that time. It'll be 4th down. So 2nd and 1, they go to Jones, he gets nothing. 3rd and 1, they go to Jones, he gets nothing.
It was E.J. Speed, and one of the guys in on the tackle you mentioned before. He's tied for 8th in the NFL with tackles. Nick Cross, the strong safety, is 7th in the league in tackles, and Zaire's number 1. So they have 3 in the top 10 tacklers in the league.
You think those guys look around the rest of the locker room and say, hey, feel free to get involved, fellas?
Anybody want to help?
So now it's 4th down and 1.
First charge, timeout.
Vikings are going to take a timeout to talk about it. They're 2 for 4 on 4th down this season. Well, all season long, you can stream the NFL on Westwood 1 for free, sponsored by Pfizer. Visit VaxAssist.com to schedule your pneumococcal vaccination appointment today. That's VaxAssist.com. And fans, a reminder, you can listen on Westwood1Sports.com on the NFL app by asking Alexa to open Westwood 1 Sports or on our affiliate stations' digital platforms.
Called Zaire Franklin's name a few times. He's well on his way to 10 tackles. If he has one more 10-tackle game, he'll hold the franchise record with 27 10-tackle games.
Tied with Shaq Leonard right now, formerly Darius Leonard, who, of course, had some great years here in Indianapolis before back injuries derailed him. Vikings hustle to the line. Darnold under center. Quarterback sneak, gets low, drives straight ahead, and looks like he's got the first down. So that time they said the heck with a handoff. We'll just have the quarterback plunge straight ahead, and Darnold able to move the sticks.
And Darnold's got a little bit to him, 6'3", 225, 230. Plus, you're not handing the ball 2 yards deep in the backfield. You just get it right on the line. Good play.
Darnold readjusting his helmet after taking a shot. Gain of 2 yards, 1st and 10. From the Indianapolis 42 with 7:29 to go in the first half. Colts have a 7-0 lead on a Kenny Moore fumble return for touchdown. 2 receivers right, single man left. Darnold lines up in the shotgun. He's got Akers to his left. Here's the snap. Darnold back to pass. Looks to his right, looks to his left. Steps up in the pocket. Going to try to run. He's hit from behind, and he's brought down right around the line of scrimmage. Had nobody open, and good pursuit. That was Grover Stewart again, who made the tackle from behind.
Well, he's having a game behind the line of scrimmage, isn't he?
Well, he just spun right off of Blake Brandel and got back to it for what will be called a sack. He got him a yard behind the line of scrimmage.
Just drove Brandel back to the quarterback, and then, like you said, spun out of it nicely.
So the first full sack of the year for Grover Stewart. 2nd down and 11. 2 receivers go to the right. Hawkinson on that side as well. Jefferson single man left. Darnold back in the shotgun. Gets the snap. He's back to pass. Looking to his left. Throws short left side. That's caught right on the numbers by Akers, and he spins his way down to the 35. E.J. Speed with the tackle. That'll go as a gain of 8. And now a 3rd down and 3 coming up for Minnesota.
Again, giving him just a little too much on those underneath passes. Just playing a little bit soft in that zone. At least for my liking, as I sit up in the booth here.
You got those glasses on, you can see it all.
But I mean, now it's a very manageable 3rd and 3 when you had him at 2nd and long.
3rd down and 3 from the Indianapolis 35. Here's the snap. Darnold back to pass. Looking right, throws right side, and it's incomplete. Off the hands of Justin Jefferson. Samuel Womack was in coverage. When Darnold let that go, it looked like it might have been out of Jefferson's reach and maybe headed for a pick. Fortunately, it just hit the ground, and now Reichard will come on for a long field goal try.
Samuel Womack with good coverage. He's been a big surprise to them. He was a waiver pickup from San Francisco, and they've had some injuries at the cornerback position, specifically Juju Brent, who got hurt in the first game and was lost for the season. Womack's been a nice surprise for him.
So Reichard on for a 53-yard attempt. Here's the snap spot. Kick is on the way. It is no good. He missed it wide to the right. And that is Will Reichard's first missed field goal of the year. He had been 14 for 14 prior, but he misses that one wide right. And the Indianapolis Colts maintain a 7-0 lead with 5:46 to go in the second quarter. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Hey, football fans, with BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms, 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Finding quality candidates for your small business is no little league game, but Indeed can help you cover all your hiring bases. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
Scott Graham from our Westwood One studios. A look at the Week 9 scoreboard. Detroit is now 7-1. They win at Lambeau today over the Green Bay Packers 24-14. The Rams win in overtime. DeMarcus Robinson a touchdown in the extra period as they beat Seattle 26-20. Eagles hold off Jacksonville 28-23. It was Atlanta beating Dallas 27-21. Washington 7-2. They knocked off the Giants 27-22. Arizona over Chicago 29-9. Carolina gets their second win of the year. They beat New Orleans 23-22. Buffalo's now 7-2. They beat Miami once again 30-27. Baltimore blows out Denver 41-10. Cincinnati blows out Las Vegas 41-24. It was the Chargers over Cleveland in Cleveland 27-10. And in overtime, Tennessee beat New England 20-17. All the details coming up at halftime. For now, back to U.S. Bank Stadium. Ryan Ratke and Mike Golick.
All right, Scott, 5:46 to go second quarter. Colts 7, Vikings nothing. Indianapolis with its best starting field position of the night from their own 43 after the Reichard missed field goal. First down and 10. Flacco under center, takes the snap, back on a play fake, sets his feet, looks, throws down the middle, got a man wide open, and a sliding catch by Doolin. Did he hang on? No, they're going to say it hit the ground. Incomplete. That'll bring up second and 10, and Flacco's going to want that one back. Doolin was wide open.
Wide open. Oh, he absolutely is going to want that one back. Not only incomplete, but he could have hit him in stride. He might still be running.
And no doubt, looking at the replay, that ball definitely hit the turf. So a second down and 10. Colts will go with a slot to the left, down single man right. Flacco lines up with the shotgun with Jonathan Taylor to his left side. Here's the snap. Flacco back to pass. Looks right, throws right, downs on the slant, cuts across the 50, and he's into Vikings territory to the 45-yard line. And that'll be a first down. Andrew Van Ginkel made the tackle, but a gain of 12 on the strike to Josh Downs.
In the 2.5 games that Flacco has been in, or 2+ games he's been in, he has targeted Downs 30 times for 24 receptions. So they have a pretty good pass-catch relationship.
Colts like Downs a lot. Last year set an Indianapolis rookie record for receptions was 68. First down and 10 from the Minnesota 45. Here's a handoff to Taylor looking for a room, and there's nothing there. Able to fall forward for a yard to the 44. Jonathan Bullard led the way to plug up the hole. And that'll bring up a second down and 9 with inside of 5 minutes to go in this first half here in Minneapolis. So the Colts on top 7-0. Vikings trying to avoid a third straight defeat. There's only been 5 teams in NFL history that have started 5-0 and then dropped 3 straight. The last one to do it was last year when the 49ers did it, and it clearly didn't derail them. They went all the way to the Super Bowl.
No, it did not.
2 receivers stacked to the right. Flacco lines up with the shotgun. Taylor to his left. Officially second and 8 from the 43. Here's the snap. Flacco fakes the handoff. Throws down the middle. He's got his man. That's Alec Pierce. And he spins inside the 30-yard line for a first down. They'll mark him at the 27. Cameron Bynum with the tackle. Boy, froze the defense with that fake and then puts it on Alec Pierce for a gain of 16.
Well, you just have so much room over the linebackers when a play action works. There's just all kind of room to get the pass in there. And Alec Pierce, he's used to catching balls down the field. He leads the NFL averaging over 24 yards a catch.
Pierce will go out wide to the left side. 3 tight ends on the right. Flacco in the gun, Taylor to his right side. It's first and 10 from the Vikings' 27-yard line. Flacco wants the snap. He's got it back to pass. Flags are down. Flacco throws left. Got a man wide open. That's caught on the sideline by Granson. Out of bounds with the first down, but let's check on the marker that came right at the snap. Byron Murphy was in coverage. It looks like this is coming back.
Illegal shift. Offense number 83. All players did not get set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So they call it against Granson, who was going in motion. I didn't see anybody else moving.
I didn't either. Either way, a big gain coming back. Granson been targeted a few times. Mo Ali Cox is a good inline tight end. They've been a little disappointed in the receiving tight ends. But tonight, outside Granson had the penalty there, would have been his second catch.
So move it back 5 yards to the 32, first and 15. Flacco in the gun with 3 receivers left. Here's the snap. Flacco back to pass, swings it out right side. Taylor's got it along the numbers, wrapped up immediately and dropped. Back at the 36-yard line, that'll be a loss of 4. Well, we saw the Indianapolis defense snip one out earlier, and this time the Vikings were all over that. Jalen Redmond was the first man to make contact and bring down Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, Redmond elevated from the practice squad. Has played in 4 games this year. Gets himself into the action.
So now a second down and 19. Slot left, single man right. Trey Sermon is the running back. He's off to Flacco's left. Flacco lifts his right leg, gets the shotgun snap. He's back to pass, throws right side on a slant, and it's incomplete. Downs fell down coming out of his break. And the ball went by him, and now it's 3rd and forever, 3rd and 19. Gilmore was in coverage.
Again, that time they lined up 6-7 guys on the line, but brought just 4. Van Ginkel got out of there, dropped into coverage, and got in the way of that pass.
Colts this year on 3rd and 10 or more have converted 29%. You may think that's not a very high percentage. That's second best in the NFL on 3rd and 10 plus. This one 3rd and 19. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Flacco in the gun with Taylor to his right. Here's the snap. Blitz coming. They hand off to Taylor. He goes straight ahead along the right side hash, and he gets to the 35-yard line. So just a gain of 1. And now on 4th and 18, the field goal team will come out. Jihad Ward led the way. Colts can run this down to the 2-minute warning, and I think they will.
Yeah, Brian Flores put 15 at the line that time. It's one of those that if the back broke through it, he was going to go a long way because everybody was at the line of scrimmage.
Just all you guys line up right along the line of scrimmage. Now, the Colts, I think they may line up. No, they're not. They're going to let it tick down to the 2-minute warning. I thought maybe they'd line up, see if they get a free 5 yards. But they will let this tick down, and we have reached the 2-minute warning in Minneapolis with the score. The Colts 7 and the Vikings nothing. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Presenting a Gain Flings love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small, loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Robinhood is introducing forecast contracts so you can trade the presidential election. Through Robinhood, you can now trade financial derivatives contracts on who will win the U.S. presidential election, Harris or Trump, and watch as contract prices react to real-time market sentiment. Each contract you own will pay $1 on January 8th, 2025 if that candidate is confirmed as the next U.S. president by Congress. Learn more about the presidential election contracts on Robinhood at Robinhood.com/election. The risk of loss in trading commodities interest can be substantial. You should therefore carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your financial condition. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Commodity interest trading is not appropriate for everyone. Displayed prices are based on real-time market sentiment. This event contract is offered by Robinhood Derivatives, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm. Exchange and regulatory fees apply. Learn more at Robinhood.com/election.
A reminder to stay with us for the Sunday Night Football halftime report with Scott Graham. Scott will check all the scores and highlights from Week 9 of the NFL season. That's coming up at the half. Colts have a 7-0 lead. They're going to bring out Matt Gay to attempt a 53-yard field goal. Gay is 12 of 14 on the year. Both his misses, though, have come from 50-plus. If he hits this, it would be a season long. His career long is 58, but his long this year is 52. So trying to extend it out to a 10-0 lead. Luke Rhodes will snap. Rigoberto Sanchez will hold. Gay steps it off. Sanchez looks back at Gay, who eyes the uprights, says he's ready. Rhodes sends it back. Sanchez puts it down. Gay's kick is on the way. It's headed left, and it's no good. Third miss this year for Matt Gay. He pulled it wide left. And Minnesota now will take over with good starting field position with 1:55 to go. Still down just 7-0, and the Vikings have 2 timeouts. So the second missed field goal tonight, we saw Reichard, the Vikings kicker, miss from long range, his first miss of the year. And now Gay misses from 53.
Did you mention great field position for Minnesota? Minute 55, you mentioned also 2 timeouts left. That's all day.
And the Vikings get the ball to start the second half. So a chance for them to really flip this game on its head now. Aaron Jones is the running back. He lines up to the left of Darnold, who's in the gun. 2 receivers right, single man left, Jefferson wide to the right side. Darnold puts his hands on either side of his helmet, takes the snap, back to pass, looking over the middle, has time, throws deep down the middle. Jefferson wide open at the 40-yard line, makes the first man miss, and he dives down close to the 35. Justin Jefferson finds a hole in the middle of the defense, and he picks up 22. Julian Blackman with the tackle. 1st and 10, Minnesota already in field goal range. Vikings will go with 2 receivers left and right. Jones had lined up to Darnold's left. Now will shift off to his right hip. Here's the snap. Darnold back to pass. Looks right, looks left, and now just throws it into the ground. They were trying to set up a screen to Aaron Jones, but the Colts had that defended well. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 1:23 to go.
That great in route to Jefferson, you wonder how can a guy like that, who's that great, be that open? But they kind of play action freezes linebackers, but what Minnesota did is they ran a short route right in front of Zaire Franklin, who had to play up on the short route, so it still left a large hole over the top.
2nd down 10, Vikings will go empty. 3 receivers, 2 left. Now Jones will motion into the backfield. He had been wide left. Jefferson, the lone wide receiver, out to that left side. Shotgun snap to Darnold, back to pass, looks left, throws left. Jefferson's got it inside the 20 to the 15 and diving down to the 12. Justin Jefferson again. Jalen Jones with the tackle. 1st down and 10 from the 12. And a timeout is taken to stop the clock with 1:09 remaining.
That again is just too much room to give a receiver, especially the receiver, to give him that much room. I continue to say it. It's a bend but don't break defense. Their defensive stats are not good, but they tighten up when the field gets shorter. But still, that's way too much room to give to Justin.
Indianapolis took the timeout, their first, and they put 4 seconds back on the clock at 1:13. So Shane Steichen trying to preserve some time for his team. But here are the Vikings looking to score back-to-back throws to Jefferson.
We were just talking about just a slow start for Justin Jefferson in this game. Well, he certainly took that away. Maybe it hurt us.
That guy can get it going in a hurry. Coming off a game last Thursday, he had 8 catches for 115 yards in L.A. His 31st career 100-yard game, most for any player in their first 5 seasons in NFL history. 1st down and 10. Darnold lines up in the gun, takes the snap, handed off to Aaron Jones between the hash marks, and Jones spinning his way across the 10 down to the 9. Colts will take another timeout. Franklin and Buckner combine on the tackle. And now it'll be a 2nd down play coming up. Indianapolis with 1 timeout remaining, 1:10 showing on the game clock.
It's like I said before the game started, the 3 receivers averaging over 15 yards a catch, and Jefferson averages just under 16, where Naylor and Addison both average over 16 yards a catch. Jefferson has 3 for 66. He's averaging 22 a catch, if my math is correct, and it is.
Always a question.
Well,
Jones, or Jefferson rather, 2nd in the NFL in receiving yards coming into tonight. The only guy that had more, his old college teammate Jamar Chase from Cincinnati. It's still scary to think those guys were on the same team with Joe Burrow as their quarterback.
It's just amazing. Yeah.
2nd down and 8, ball at the 9-yard line on the near side right hash. Darnold in the gun, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Darnold gets the snap, back to pass, looking left, looking middle, under pressure, and he's wrapped up and sacked again. He spun right into the waiting arms of DeForest Buckner, all the way back outside the 20-yard line, and now it's going to be 3rd and long after a loss of 15.
Again, we talked about the difference with DeForest Buckner, who had missed 5 games with an ankle injury. Their pressure rate is 52% with him on the field and 30% with him off the field. Him and Grover Stewart are getting pressure on the quarterback. Though, we keep talking about the blind side and edge rushers and how important, obviously, they are. The quarterbacks hate pressure straight up the gut. I mean, right in their face, garbage around their legs. Definitely, and that's the straightest line to a quarterback as well.
So they officially spotted at the 21. The Colts use their final timeout. 1:05 to go. This is now 3rd down and 20. Two receivers left. Jefferson single man to the right. Darnold waits, gets the shotgun snap. He's back to pass. Darnold looking, pressure coming. Throws over the middle, caught by Jefferson at the 15. Turns in toward the hash marks to the 14. And then is met and driven backwards. Nick Cross led the charge. Colts cannot stop the clock again, so it will continue to run. But on fourth down now, the Vikings are going to have to bring the field goal team out. And boy, what a win for the Indianapolis defense, Mike, after those back-to-back completions to Jefferson, to hold them to just a field goal try here before the half.
Again, bend but don't break. I'm going to sound like a broken record. And Minnesota will let this clock run down to not give the Colts much time after this kick.
Well, the play clock right now is down to 10. It's going to be about 17 seconds when Kevin O'Connell calls timeout. He's standing next to the official here on the near sideline. His eyes focused on the play clock and now does ask for that timeout with 17 seconds to go. And Will Reichard coming out, trying to redeem himself after missing the earlier kick from long range. This one will be a much shorter kick for the rookie out of Alabama.
Minnesota has given up 22 sacks coming into tonight. Colts have 3 in the first half by their interior guys. Grover Stewart with 2 and DeForest Buckner with 1. Grover Stewart's one of his was the sack fumble led to the touchdown.
Yeah, I'd said that Stewart got his first full sack of the season, but you're right. It's actually he's got 2 tonight because of that sack fumble. So here comes Reichard. First kicker taken in the draft. The NCAA's all-time leader in points scored. This will be a 31-yard attempt for Reichard. Out of the hold of Ryan Wright. Andrew DePaula will snap. And Reichard's kick is on the way. And that one hit the upright. It's no good. Reichard, who had been perfect coming into tonight, is 0 for 2. He banged that off the right upright. And Indianapolis will take over with 13 seconds to go. And this has been a disaster of a first half for the Vikings. Colts on top 7-0. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
You okay?
Sorry, I can't sleep with this cough.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with NyQuil VapoCool. It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
So you ready to get some sleep? Thank you, NyQuil VapoCool.
NyQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing nighttime coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Want exciting NFL action this season? Just a tremendous play! With NFL Plus, you can stream NFL Network live and watch the New York Giants square off against the Carolina Panthers on Sunday, November 10th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time from Munich.
Let's go! Yeah!
Plus, catch all the action with NFL Red Zone, game replays, and more all in one place.
To the end zone! Caught! That is beautiful!
Sign up today at plus.nfl.com/radio. Subscription required for NFL Plus Premium. Terms and conditions apply.
Stand Up to Cancer asked leading cancer researchers to speak about why they do their work.
2 words come to mind for me. One is responsibility. The other is purpose.
It's just so inspiring to do research that impacts human lives.
Stand Up to Cancer has been a critical partner in advancing research for cancer.
Cancer research saves lives. So please, help us fight in this battle against cancer.
Be a part of the team that ends cancer at standuptocancer.org.
Furnished by Stand Up to Cancer.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. Its thick and rich moisturizing lather delivers a close, comfortable shave for just half the price of gels. A quality shave at an honest value. That's Barbasol.
Barbasol. Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at prices you'll love. eBay, things people love.
A reminder, you can once again listen to every Westwood 1 NFL broadcast this season for free via the NFL app. From now until Super Bowl 59 in February, the NFL is on Westwood 1, and it's on the NFL app too. Download for free today. Now the Vikings, 2 turnovers, 2 missed field goals here in the first half. They trail 7-0 as the Colts will take over at their own 21 and likely will just take a knee to take this one into the locker room. They will line up in that victory formation. Joe Flacco will put his hands under center. He'll take the snap. He'll drop to his right knee. Vikings will not stop the clock. It's 7-0 Indy going to the locker room. The Vikings have had their chances, Mike, and there's some boos from the fans here.
Minnesota's doubled them up in yards, doubled them up in plays, doubled them up in time of possession, but gave up a sack, fumble, touchdown, and missed 2 field goals. Kevin O'Connell will say in the locker room, guys, after all that, we're only down 1 score. Got to turn it into a positive somehow.
Last time the Colts were here, they led 33-0 at halftime. Tonight, a 7-0 lead going to the break. End of the first half here in Minneapolis with the score. The Colts 7 and the Vikings nothing. When we return, Scott Graham rejoins us from our studios with the halftime report. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
The NFL trade deadline is Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And while the nation is running to the polls, your favorite NFL team is running to the phones. Who's staying? Who's on the move?
We're not going to just make a move to make it. It's got to be the right guy.
SiriusXM NFL Radio is your home for the latest news and rumors.
This trade is a huge upgrade over what they had.
Nobody covers the trade deadline like our experts on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and on the all-new SiriusXM app.
This is Bill Belichick. Hear me break down the week in the NFL every Monday night on Let's Go, 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Comedy Central Radio brings you the biggest names in comedy. All day long, you'll hear the best stand-up comedy from Comedy Central's massive library.
Do you ever ask an adult what they did over the weekend and they say they didn't do anything? Their faces light up.
Every weeknight, you'll hear 2.5 hours of comedy for your drive home.
The other day, I got jealous of a dog's thigh gap. I'm not proud of that.
Comedy Central Radio, SiriusXM 95. Your home for incredible stand-up comedy. Search comedy on the SiriusXM app.
With the SiriusXM app, you can hear your hometown announcers all season long. Just search for your team on the SiriusXM app and tap the star to save it as your favorite.
If you like yacht rock, you're gonna love Yatso. A SiriusXM channel with the same smooth, but even more groove.
Just the two of us. Turn your love
Soulful and funky. Yatso. Listen year-round at home on Alexa, Google Home, smart TVs, and everywhere on the SiriusXM app.
This is Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders. Hear me every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Scott Graham from our Westwood One studios. We have reached halftime now in Minneapolis with the Indianapolis Colts sitting on top of a 7-0 lead over the Minnesota Vikings. Take a look at what happened earlier today in the National Football League. Of course, the Vikings looking up, as everybody might be for a while now, with the Detroit Lions. Detroit going into Lambeau Field on a rainy day today to take on the 6-2 Green Bay Packers. Detroit off to a 6-1 start, their best since 1956. Well, now they're 7-1. Also, what they did in 1956. They were winners today, 24-14. Jared Goff, another efficient day, throws for a touchdown in this one. The defense got it done despite the fact that the Lions were outgained 411 to 261 yards. Terry Joseph with an interception return for a touchdown as Detroit wins it by that 24-14 final. Jordan Love, playing injured, did not throw a touchdown, did throw that interception. Green Bay falls now on the season to 6-3. Wild game today at Lumen Field in Seattle. The Seahawks holding a lead in the fourth quarter, the Rams coming from behind, then Seattle coming from behind to get the game knotted going to overtime. In the extra period, Seattle went for it deep in Rams territory and didn't kick the field goal for the lead. Ultimately, that ended up biting them.
Up in short motion, Stafford takes a snap, 2nd and 6, bootleg left side, he flips his hips, he fires, he's going deep, DeMarcus brought it in with one hand in the end zone for a walk-off touchdown, 39 yards, DeMarcus calls game.
J.B. Long, 710 ESPN Los Angeles, as the Rams win it in overtime 26-20 for Matthew Stafford, his third overtime touchdown game-winning pass of his career. Rams now sit at 4-4. Geno Smith threw for 363 yards. Jackson Smith and Jigba had 180 receiving and 2 touchdowns, but Seattle is now 4-5. Philadelphia Eagles had a big lead against Jacksonville today in Philly, then watched that lead get away. needed a couple of spectacular plays to try to put this game away. When Jalen Hurts went up top, he was looking for basically the lone big play receiver he had left.
Here goes Hurts, going for the end zone. Devontae Smith, he cornered one-handed. I don't know if he stayed. He's in! He's in!
Oh, my goodness.
One hand! I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he did it. And stayed in.
Merrill Reese and Mike Quick, Sports Radio 94 WIP. If you saw Garrett Wilson's catch, this was along the same lines. And Jacoby Smith made a leaping interception in the end zone with 1:37 left to go, and Philly holds off Jacksonville 28-23. The Eagles are now 6-2 on the year. The Jacksonville Jaguars fall to 2-7. Elsewhere today, big day for Kirk Cousins. Threw for 222 yards, 3 scores and no interceptions as Atlanta knocked off Dallas 27-21. Dak Prescott left this game with a hamstring injury, and Dallas is now 3-5 on the year. Washington, though, is 7-2. They beat the New York Giants in the Meadowlands today, 27-22. Jaden Daniels, the first rookie quarterback in the Super Bowl era to start and win 2 games against the Giants in the same season. New York is 2-7. Arizona won again, 29-9 at home over the Chicago Bears. They sacked Caleb Williams 6 times in the game. Kyler Murray was not responsible for a touchdown, and yet an easy win for Arizona, now 5-4. Chicago is 4-4. And how about Carolina? Remember the opening week of the season? They went to New Orleans and lost 47-10 as the Saints scored on their first 9 drives. Well, today, Carolina took a measure of revenge at Bank of America Stadium. They beat the Saints 23-22. Bryce Young threw for a touchdown in this game. Chuba Hubbard ran for a couple of scores. Carolina gets their 2nd win of the year. On the other side, Derek Carr threw for a touchdown in this one, but New Orleans now has their longest losing streak in 25 years. They've dropped 7 in a row. They're 2-7. Our halftime score, Indianapolis 7, Minnesota 0. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Each year, Eddie Vedder handpicks some of his favorite artists to join him at his Ohana Music Festival on the beach in Dana Point, California.
Are you ready, Ohana?
Hear this year's most unforgettable moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just saw Devo.
Featuring 2 nights of Pearl Jam. And exclusive performances from Sting, Alanis Morissette, and more. The best of Ohana 2024. Throughout the weekend on Pearl Jam Radio, Channel 22.
Election Day on Sirius XM. All sides, all perspectives, all day, all night. Hear up-to-the-minute information on the Sirius XM news channels and make your voice heard on Sirius XM Patriot, Progress, POTUS, Triumph, and Urban View. When every vote counts and every moment matters. Election Day on Sirius XM. Tuesday, starting at Channel 111 and on the Sirius XM app.
Europe's top clubs are battling it out in the UEFA Champions League, and you can hear all the top matches on Sirius XM FC.
Mkhitaryan! 2-0! What a start for Inter!
League phase play continues when the Italian champions clash with an English powerhouse.
Odegaard! 2-0! Arsenal running riot!
Inter Milan versus Arsenal, live from the San Siro. Coverage begins Wednesday at 3 Eastern on Sirius XM FC 157 and streaming on the Sirius XM app.
No one brings you closer to the game than Sirius XM NFL Radio.
Touchdown Ravens! Derrick Henry strikes again!
How is this still happening at this point of your career?
Just try to work as hard as I can to be able to play at a high level every year. O-line, guys blocking for me, making it a lot easier. My teammates, it's been a whole lot of fun, I can say that.
Your home for 24/7 coverage of the National Football League is Sirius XM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
Welcome back to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One from the Progressive Insurance Studios. I'm Scott Graham. Progressive is proud to support veterans and small businesses with their annual Keys to Progress vehicle giveaway program, helping our heroes drive their lives forward. Learn more at keystoprogress.com. 7-point lead for the Colts at halftime in Minneapolis. Earlier today, Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins. Dolphins fans, you know how this normally goes, but it doesn't normally end this way.
Kick by Bass is long enough, and it is good! Away for Tyler Bass, who bombs it from 61.
Chris Brown, WGR Sports Radio 550 in Buffalo. That was the game winner as the Bills beat the Dolphins 30-27. Buffalo now 7-2 on the year. Miami falls to 2-6. Big day for Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry today. What else is new there? Baltimore beat Denver today 41-10. Lamar, a perfect passing day with 3 touchdowns. Derrick Henry ran for 2 more as Baltimore improves to 6-3. Denver falls to 5-4. Joe Burrow threw 5 touchdown passes today. Cincinnati knocked off Vegas 41-24. Cincinnati now 4-5 on the year as Vegas falls to 2-7. Chargers are 5-3. Defense stood up strong in Cleveland today to beat the Browns 27-10. Also today, it was a victory in overtime for Tennessee over New England, 20-17 the final. Tennessee getting their second victory of the year. New England Patriots, Drake May, going for 206 yards and ran for 95 more, but they fall to 2-7 on the season. Our halftime score, Indianapolis 7, Minnesota nothing. When we return, Ryan Radke and Mike Golick have the second half kickoff. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown, and he throws a block, and his teammate scores instead. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Ryan Radke, Mike Golick back in Minneapolis. Halftime with the Colts on top of the Vikings by a score of 7-0. Let's check the halftime stats, sponsored by Indeed. Looking for quality candidates this year? Look no further than Indeed. Indeed's video interview tool takes the hassle out of virtual hiring. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Well, as Mike referenced going into the half, all the numbers favor Minnesota. 194 yards compared to 92 for Indianapolis. 37 plays run by the Vikings, just 20 by the Colts. And Minnesota doubled up Indy in time of possession. Sam Darnold, 16 of 19 for 138 yards, a costly pick in the end zone. Justin Jefferson, 4 catches, 74 yards. Aaron Jones, 10 carries for 29. Joe Flacco was 6 of 10 for 62 yards in the first half. Jonathan Taylor, 8 rushes for 31 yards. And Kylan Granson had a 22-yard catch. Vikings will get it to start the second half, Mike. They've just got to clean up the mistakes. 2 turnovers, 2 missed field goals cost them.
Yeah, finish drives, right? Finish. Don't throw a pick in the end zone. Make your field goals. Right now, while the Colts are giving up yards and certainly number of plays and time of possession, they're coming up with the big play when they need them, especially the 2 interior defensive linemen who are having big games.
Only score in that first half, a 38-yard fumble return for Kenny Moore after the ball was knocked away from Sam Darnold by Grover Stewart, who had 2 sacks in that first half. So Matt Gay will kick it away. Ty Chandler, Cam Akers back deep to return for Minnesota. Now, when the Colts were here 2 years ago, they led 33-0 at halftime. They lost 39-36. Minnesota hoping they can control the second half, much the way that 2022 Minnesota team controlled half number 2.
Again, I said Minnesota is 7th in the league in scoring with just under 27 points a game. They have a goose egg to show for it. But I'm telling you, Kevin O'Connell will keep the glass half full and say, guys, we're 1 score out and we've been driving the ball.
Matt Gay with an end-over-end kickoff headed towards the back of the end zone, and that one all the way through the end zone. Vikings will start at the 30-yard line. First 5 games of the year, Minnesota trailed for a total of 3 minutes and 26 seconds. And now these last 2.5 games, They've trailed, it was almost 51 minutes in the last two coming into tonight and trailed most of that first half here in this one. See if they can turn things around here.
Yeah, in the last two games, it was the defense giving up a lot of points. The defense hasn't given up anything. It was a sack, fumble, return for a touchdown. So both offenses have been held scoreless.
Darnold lines up under center with receivers left and right. Offset eye behind him. Aaron Jones, the tailback. Play fake. Darnold sets his feet. Has time. Looks. Throws left sideline. Jefferson's got it. Turns back inside. Trying to shake the tackle of Jones and does. And he steps out of bounds near midfield. Well, Justin Jefferson, they'll put him out at the 50. It's a gain of 20. Zaire Franklin with a tackle, and Jefferson rapidly approaching 100 receiving yards again.
Well, you saw in the last drive before the half when they got the ball down into the red zone, it was two big passes to Jefferson. He's obviously the linchpin, the catalyst to get this offense going.
They officially give him 21 to the Colts 49. That's 5 catches, 95 yards for Justin Jefferson. 1st and 10, offset eye again. Darnold under center, receivers left and right. Here's the snap. Darnold turns, hands it off to Aaron Jones. Off the right side, finds a crease and works his way to the 45-yard line before Nick Cross can make the tackle. Gain of 4. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Just to go back to Jefferson for a second. 31 career 100-yard games. He's played 67 career games coming into tonight. That's 46% of his career games. He's had at least 100 yards. Just for comparison's sake, Jerry Rice, greatest of all time, 25% of his career games were 100-yard games. 2nd down 6. Darnold lines up in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Here's the snap. Darnold back, looking, bouncing in the pocket. Throws deep down the middle. Got a man wide open, and that's caught inside the 30 by Hawkinson. Touchdown around the 26. Julian Blackmon will get credit for the tackle. It's a gain of 19 and a Vikings 1st down.
They're definitely using Hawkinson. They're kind of putting him back in at times. Oliver still was getting most of the snaps, especially in the running play snaps, but they're kind of spoon-feeding him, not force-feeding Hawkinson his first game back.
Hawkinson will line up as one of 2 receivers to the left. 1st down and 10 from the Colts 26 and movement up front. Grover Stewart came flying across. Did somebody move first? We'll find out.
Encroachment. Defense number 90. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
So a free 5 yards. That'll take it down to the 21, make it 1st and 5.
So we've talked about the drives Minnesota's had to get into the red zone, and then they either make a mistake or the Colts tighten up and Minnesota misses field goals. You're kind of playing with fire if you're a defense and you kind of play this game. It's kind of playing roulette of it's gonna cost you over time.
And Minnesota has been really good this year, 8th in the league scoring touchdowns on red zone drives. 1st down and 5 here, just outside the red zone at the 21. Darnold takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Jones. Running left, he's outside the numbers, looking to turn the corner. And he's upended as he gets close to the 1st down by Julian Blackmon. Looking to mark Jones a yard short, so it's a gain of 4. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 1, and all kinds of options now for Kevin O'Connell. Vikings going to get to the line quickly. Darnold under center, takes the snap and drives straight ahead for the 1st down. Well, the 2nd time we've seen Sam Darnold run the quarterback sneak. Picks up 2 this time to the 15-yard line. 1st down and 10, Minnesota with 12:23 to go in the 3rd quarter. Colts on top, 7-0.
It's like they used the big play to move down the field to Jefferson, then get into a more normal offense the rest of the way.
We saw Minnesota come out. They got a fumble on the Colts opening drive. They went no huddle a lot, moved the ball right down the field on their opening drive, and then Darnold just threw a really bad pick in the end zone, threw it right to Zaire Franklin. Darnold will line up in the shotgun here. He's got Jones to his right. 2 receivers right, 2 tight ends left. Darnold looks over the defense, extends his hands in front of his chest, takes the shotgun snap. Quick throw right side, caught by Jefferson on the numbers. He's hit immediately, does fall forward on the play, and picks up 1. Kenny Moore with the tackle. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9 as Jefferson just leaned across that 15-yard line.
Kenny Moore, nice job just fighting off the Jordan Addison block. I guess block wasn't very good, and Moore just fought it off very well.
Vikings back in the huddle now. We'll come to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down 9. Darnold lines up with the shotgun. Cam Akers to his right side now. 2 receivers left. Addison inside of Jefferson. Darnold takes the snap. Back to pass. Looking. Throws right side. End zone. Incomplete. Trying to find Johnny Munt, the tight end, who made a sprawling attempt in the left corner of the end zone but couldn't bring it in. And now it'll be 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, Hockenson ran the short out, and Munt ran the corner route in the corner of the end zone, and pass was just a little outside, but it hit Munt in the hands. And Munt would say, I got to have that.
Yeah, he had it, Mike, and when he went to the ground, it got jarred loose.
Could have been a little better of a throw by Darnold, but as the receiver says, you hit him in the hands, you got to hang on to it.
They need the 5 for a first down. 3 receivers left, single man right. Darnold in the shotgun, moves Akers close to the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap, 4-man rush. Darnold with time, looking, throws left side, caught for a first down. Inside the 5, it's Addison, tripped up at the 4. On 3rd and 9, they pick up 10. It'll be 1st and goal for Minnesota.
Well, that's just too much time to throw the ball. Again, he's held the ball on the longest, just over 3.1 seconds, a drop back. That's forever in the pocket and letting routes develop and kind of zone defenses kind of drift.
Ball on the near side left hash, 1st down and goal. Jefferson goes wide left, Addison wide right. Jones is the running back. Darnold gets the snap. He's back on a play fake. He's rolling to his right, being chased. Throws into the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Addison with a diving catch in the back left corner of the end zone. A 4-yard touchdown strike. And the Vikings are down 1. It's 7-6. Colts and the extra point could tie the game.
Boy, Darnold threw that one a little wide as well, like he did to Munt. But Addison was able to dive and almost looked like he one-handed that into his other hand.
2nd touchdown catch of the year for Addison. And now here is Reichard for the extra point. He has not missed a PAT this year. His kick is on the way, and this one is perfect. He remains perfect, and Minnesota has tied the game with 10:23 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's the Vikings 7 and the Colts 7. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Comedy Central Radio brings you the biggest names in comedy. All day long, you'll hear the best stand-up comedy from Comedy Central's massive library.
You ever ask an adult what they did over the weekend and they say they didn't do anything? Their faces light up.
Every weeknight, you'll hear 2.5 hours of comedy for your drive home.
The other day I got jealous of a dog's thigh gap. I'm not proud of that.
Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Your home for incredible stand-up comedy. Search comedy on the Sirius XM app.
This is Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders. Hear me every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
'Tis almost the season, and you've got a sleigh load of holiday channels to unwrap in the Sirius XM app. Shake the tinsel right off the tree with Rockin' Christmas. Set the mood for a silent night with Holiday Chill Out. Or add a touch of Christmas class with Real Jazz Holiday. There are dozens of channels to choose from. Just open the SiriusXM app and search Holiday.
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
To win your fantasy football league, you need to be one step ahead of the competition. And at SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, we're giving you the edge you need to take home the trophy.
There are no tight ends that you can count on. We will tell you who to start.
Our experts are doling out start-sit advice, waiver pickups, and so much more to help you win a championship.
Just because you're allowed to make a waiver move doesn't mean you have to make a waiver move.
Listen right now on Channel 87 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app. Hear every game all season long with your hometown announcers on the SiriusXM app. With SiriusXM, wherever you are, your team plays here.
Let's investigate the drive summary, sponsored by Investigate TV Plus. Real people and real solutions. Stories that impact you and inspire change every day. Check local listings to watch or click investigatetv.com. 9 plays, 70 yards, 4:37 off the clock. 4-yard touchdown pass to Jordan Addison, and just like that, the Vikings have tied the game. So there you go, Mike, a good drive, but this time they finished it off.
Yeah, and again, Justin Jefferson is the linchpin to all of that to put them in good field position.
Ashton Doolin back deep to return along with Tyler Goodson. As Will Reichert has it teed up at the 35-yard line.
See if the Colts can hang on to the ball and run some plays, give their defense a little bit of a break.
Yeah, that was a problem in the first half. As Reichert sends a high end-over-end kickoff. Doolin will back up, take it 5 yards deep in the end zone, drop down to a knee, and we will pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for Sunday Night Football.
Tune to SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 all year long to hear expert opinions and analysis from former players, coaches, and executives.
Ryan Radke, Mike Golick here at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. 10:23 to go third quarter. Vikings 7, Colts 7. Colts will start this drive at their 30-yard line. To Mike's point, before that 7-play drive, prior to the Matt Gay field goal, the Colts had only run 12 offensive plays in the first half. Here's the snap. They'll hand it off. Doolin on a jet sweep, racing left outside the numbers across the 35 to the 40. Drives his legs and picks up a first down. Boy, he just kept going after that first down marker and all the way out to the 42-yard line.
Boy, that was an excellent play call by Shane Steichen. The expectation was just a dive to the running back, straight up the gut, and you run the jet sweep. Get a big gain.
Third carry of the year for Ashton Doolin. First down and 10. Colts at their own 42. Flacco under center. Receivers left and right. Here's Doolin again in motion from the left. Flacco takes the snap. Back on a play fake. Sets his feet. Has time. Surveys the field. Looking. Still bouncing in the pocket. Now throws to the left sideline. Caught by Pierce, who turns it up and leans forward close to the first down. I think they're going to mark him just a yard short. Ivan Pace with the tackle. It'll be a gain of 9 into Vikings territory to the 49. It'll set up second down and 1.
Well, he had all day to throw. I mean, the Colts have only given up 15 sacks throughout the year, and he actually had Pierce open a couple of seconds before that, was able to still hang on to him.
Oh, replay assist got involved again, Mike.
There we go. They hadn't been heard of from in a while. They wanted to get back in action.
Mike Wimmer says, listen, it's been a little bit. I need to jump in on this. So they'll give him the extra yard. That's a third replay assist we've had tonight. I think that equals our season total so far.
Just want to let us know they're there.
From the Minnesota 48, first down and 10. Flacco lines up in the shotgun. Taylor to his right. 2 receivers to that right side. Here's the snap down around the knees of Flacco. He's under pressure. He's rolling to his right. He's going to heave it toward the sideline and out of bounds. Penalty flag went down.
Joe Flacco's pass incomplete. Holding. Offense number 72. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's Braden Smith, who is the right tackle. That snap from Ryan Kelly was down below the knees of Flacco, and it just seemed to throw off the timing of the entire play.
Yeah, Flacco rolling out is not what you want. That is not part of the offense. His part of the offense is being right in the pocket and throwing in a timely manner.
And this is the difference, right, Mike? If that's Anthony Richardson, he probably can take off and gain some yardage there. Flacco's going to throw it away, and the hold backs him up 10 yards. First and 20 now from their own 42. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Another low snap handled by Flacco. Under pressure, fires down the middle, incomplete. He had downs open, but with pressure coming right in his face, he had to get rid of it. Dallas Turner applied the heat. It'll be second down and 20.
So again, they're putting more at the line than they rush, and they're trying to confuse. And then 2 drop out, but they end up getting an unblocked rusher. They've had 26 unblocked pressures this year. 8 unblocked sacks. It's not bringing more than the offense has to block. It's just confusing the line on who you're bringing, and then end up getting a free rush, again, to an immobile quarterback.
Second down and 20. 2 receivers stacked left, including Downs, who motions to the right. Here's the snap to Flacco. Back to pass. Has time now. Throws down the middle. Caught by Pittman. Inside the Minnesota 45 to the 44. Cameron Bynum made the tackle. So Flacco, given time, able to find Pittman. He picks up a catch for his 71st consecutive game. It's a gain of 14. And now we'll leave the Colts with a 3rd and 6.
And they've needed Alec Pearson, especially Josh Downs, to pick up the slack because Pittman is playing hurt. He's had that bad back for a bit. And that's been bugging him.
Pittman moves past Dallas Clark, 4th in Indianapolis history for consecutive games with a catch at 71. Marvin Harrison, by the way, is number 1. He had a catch in 190 straight games. Flacco with a gun on 3rd and 6. Two receivers right, two left, shotgun snap, Flacco back to pass, looking under pressure, steps up in the pocket, hit as he throws, knocked down, almost intercepted. Oh, that ball was batted by Jonathan Grenard and nearly picked off. And on 4th and 6, the Colts offense, at least right now, is staying on the field.
So that time they had 6 at the line and brought 5. One of the backers dropped off. Joe probably should have dumped that one off a little bit sooner.
4th down and 6 for the Minnesota 44.
Now let's see how many they have at the line now.
Flacco in the gun with Sermon to his left. There's 9 up near the line of scrimmage. Downs in motion from left to right. Play clock down to 3. Flacco lifts his left leg. Play clock down to 1. And Indianapolis is going to let it run out.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
So hoping to get the Vikings to jump. They didn't. And the Colts will bring the punt team out. Now Rigoberto Sanchez will try to pin Minnesota inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, they'll try and play the field position game. Even though Minnesota does have big play capability with Justin Jefferson, they'll try and pin him back and start him deep.
Rigoberto Sanchez
is declined. 4th down.
So Minnesota declines the 5-yard penalty. They don't want to give Sanchez any more room.
A little gamesmanship going on.
And Sanchez coming into tonight, 19 punts inside the 20-yard line, tied for 5th in the NFL. He already has one or a couple tonight. And look to do it again here. Sanchez gets the snap. Here comes an end-over-end kick. Powell moving to his right, outside the numbers. Will let it bounce at the 3. It kicks into the end zone. And that will give the Vikings possession at their own 20-yard line. 1st down and 10 when we come back with 7:53 to go in the 3rd quarter. Vikings and Colts tied at 7. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
You've got a Pepto predicament, moviegoer.
Hey, I can hear your stomach grumbling.
Sorry, I ate that entire tub of popcorn with extra butter. You overdid it, and now your movie has turned into a blockbuster bellyache. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can focus on the action on the big screen instead of in your stomach. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Wakey, wakey. Sunday morning football is back in Germany.
Let's go!
And NFL Network has an NFC clash live from Allianz Arena in Munich as the Giants square off against the Panthers. Set your alarms because this waits for no one. Rise, shine, football. Giants, Panthers, Sunday, November 10th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, only on NFL Network.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's majestic golden eagles and other less majestic birds taunting you through the baseball-sized hole in your new windows. It's soaring guitar solos performed through faulty wiring in your garage, which subsequently erupts into flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
O'Reilly Auto Parts is celebrating the 25th anniversary of their famous jingle, and O'Reilly wants you to be part of the celebration. We all know how it goes.
Oh, O'Reilly Auto Parts. Ow!
O'Reilly wants you to submit a cover of the jingle, a remix, or your own choreographed dance. You can win exclusive merch and prizes, including 3 $5,000 grand prize winners from O'Reilly Auto Parts. Submit your video to O'ReillyJingleContest.com now through October 31st. Terms and conditions apply. No purchase necessary.
Yeah, beat that. Beat that, people.
Legendary.
Thank you.
Legendary. From NFL legend Michael. 7:53 to go 3rd quarter. Vikings and Colts tied at 7. Minnesota will start this drive at its own 20. 1st down and 10. The Vikings certainly had a nice rhythm on that opening drive of the 3rd quarter. A couple of big plays to Justin Jefferson, and it pays off with a touchdown pass to Addison from 4 yards out. Darnold lines up under center. Jefferson goes wide left. Addison wide right. I formation. Ham is the fullback. Jones is the tailback. Darnold takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Rolling to his right. Looking. Throws. That's caught by Oliver. Runs out to the right sideline. And he's wrestled down with a 1st down across the 30 at the 31 by E.J. Speed. 11-yard pickup. Josh Oliver involved tonight. That's his 4th catch of the game. He had 7 all year coming in.
He's starting out the drives over T.J. Hawkinson. Hawkinson will come in on apparent passing downs.
Slot right, single man left. Darnold under center, 1st and 10 from his own 31. Jones the single back. Now Darnold is going to motion Oliver, who had been outside the numbers on the right, into the line of scrimmage. Play clock is at 13. Darnold hands under center again, takes the snap, play action fake, sets his feet, surveys the field, swings it out right side and throws it away incomplete. There's a penalty flag in the secondary. I wonder if maybe there was holding or illegal contact downfield.
Yep, holding.
Holding. Defense number 40. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
That's Jalen Jones, the second-year man out of Texas A&M, trying to keep up with Justin Jefferson.
He actually held him twice. I guess when Justin Jefferson's having the game he's having, he held him in the shoulder pad and then he grabbed him around the waist.
Might be the best way to cover Justin Jefferson, because I don't know how else you do it. That guy is amazing. Darnold lines up under center. Jefferson wide right, Addison wide left. Offset eye behind Darnold. 1st and 10 now. Ball at the Minnesota 36. Handoff Aaron Jones straight ahead. And Jones makes his way to the 39-yard line before Grant Stewart can make the tackle. Gain of 3. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Live from Munich, the Giants square off against the Panthers on NFL Network. Rise, shine, and watch next Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, only on NFL Network and NFL Plus. Subscription required for NFL Plus. Terms and conditions apply. And, of course, you can also hear that game here on Westwood 1. Jason Horowitz, Phil Simms will make the journey over to Munich and have that one for you.
All right.
Phil Simms, a guy you dueled against in your career.
Yes, I did. Just another guy I didn't sack.
2 receivers right, single man left. Darnold takes the shotgun snap, back to pass, looking, steps up in the pocket, moving to his left. Darnold's going to run along the numbers of the 45, and he slides down at the 50. Good job by Sam Darnold, not known as a runner, but he sensed an opening, and he's out to midfield. It's a Vikings first down on a run of 11 by Darnold.
Yeah, he's not going to run to be dangerous, but he's going to run to be effective. And he saw the space there, the room there to get enough to move the chains, and he took it. Smart move.
First down and 10 from midfield now in a 7-7 game with inside 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Vikings trying to snap this mini 2-game skid to get to 6-2 on the year. They would jump ahead of the Packers in the division standings. Here's the snap. Darnold back to pass. Looks right, throws right, caught by Jones, turns it up outside the numbers of the 45, and he's cracked down just shy of the first down. They'll mark him about a yard short. Nick Cross made the tackle. Gain of 9 on a fastball that was whipped out there to Jones. Made the catch, turned it up, and he picks up about 8.
Excellent block by Josh Oliver, who got hit in the side of the head at the end, grabbed his head, got up and ran back to the huddle, but the official is taking him off the field.
So they will take a look at Oliver over on the sideline. Well, that was a nice catch by Aaron Jones.
Yeah, it was.
That was a fastball that was below his knees. And he was able to turn it upfield and pick up 8 yards. So a 2nd down and 2 with the ball at the Colts' 42-yard line. Darnold under center, 2 tight ends left. Jefferson wide right, Addison wide left. Darnold gets the snap. Here's a handoff to Jones. Straight ahead between the hash marks, and not much there. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Grover Stewart again right there in the middle of it, and now it'll be a 3rd and 2.
Again, Grover Stewart and DeForest Buckner. They are making the tough sledding in between the tackles to run the ball, that's for sure.
Oliver has been taken into the blue medical tent on the sideline.
Yeah, he grabbed his head with both hands around his head, and then he tried to get up and run back into the huddle like nothing was wrong. But the referee saw him and grabbed him and said, "Nuh-uh, you're off the field."
3rd and 2, slot right, Darnold in the gun. Addison in motion from right to left. Darnold gets the snap, back to pass, looking to his right, throws deep down the right side. Jefferson is open. He makes the catch inside the 5 and down to the 1. Jefferson ran by Samuel Womack, and Darnold dropped it in the bucket. A gain of 41. It'll be 1st and goal, Minnesota.
You know, I said that Samuel Womack had been a pleasant surprise, a free agent, a waiver wire pickup from San Francisco, but that's asking a lot to cover Justin Jefferson one-on-one.
Darnold lines up under center, turns, hands it off Aaron Jones, running along the left hash, and Jones is stopped shy of the line of scrimmage. Ball came flying out of the end, and now some pushing and shoving between Jones and Franklin. And it'll be 2nd down and goal
Boy, all the drives that Minnesota have, even when they got in position and missed 2 field goals, have been because of big receptions by Justin Jefferson. He has sparked every possible scoring drive and scoring drive.
And Jefferson's done it again, another 100-yard game, 7 catches for 137. So it's 68 career games, 32 100-yard games for Jefferson. He passed Randy Moss last week for the most 100-yard games in the first 5 seasons of a career. Second down and goal, shotgun snap, and flags fly at the snap. And I think the play clock ran out.
Delay a game.
So
prior to the expiration of the play clock, first charge timeout, Minnesota, 30 seconds.
So they're going to give Kevin O'Connell a timeout. Well, during all that pushing and shoving,
exactly.
The play clock was running.
Play clock starts to run right away. You're right. All the pushing and shoving took a lot of time off. That's exactly right.
All season long, you can stream the NFL on Westwood One for free, sponsored by Pfizer. Visit VaxAssist.com to schedule your pneumococcal vaccination appointment today. That's VaxAssist.com. Well, those are timeouts, too, that coaches, I think, hate to spend because there's really no need for it. If you just get up and go back to the huddle, you got plenty of time to run the play.
Yeah, but boy, there's still E.J. Speed now, John, over at the offense as well.
You got to think there's some frustration for this Colts defense. They've been on the field a long time tonight.
Long time, and Minnesota's starting to have the drives pay off. About to get their second one to pay off.
Second down and goal from the 2.
Second down and goal from the 2.
Vikings back in the huddle will come to the line of scrimmage now with an empty set. Jones is wide left, Jefferson inside of him. Darnold lined up in the shotgun, brings Jones in motion into the backfield. Darnold gets the snap. He'll toss it to Jones, hit in the backfield, bounces off the first man, running back to his left, and he's brought down for a big loss. Speed made the tackle. Well, they're going to mark him back at about the 7 or 8 yard line. That will go as a pass, a little flip ahead to Aaron Jones, but no blocking on the outside. It's a loss of 6, and now 3rd and goal coming up from the 8.
Not sure why Minnesota decided to get a little cute there.
Now let's see what they have in store here on 3rd and goal. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Hawkinson in the game. He's just off the line on the right side. Darnold back in the shotgun, looks over the defense, gets the snap, back against a 4-man rush. Darnold looking, fires toward the end zone, caught for a touchdown. Jalen Naylor was wide open, running right along the goal line on the left side. An easy pitch and catch. 4th touchdown catch of the year for Naylor, and the Vikings lead is 13-7 with 2:49 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Aaron Jones ran in between the defenders, and actually the defenders were looking at the ref after the play saying, hey, what about a pick? Aaron Jones came out of the backfield and ran right in to one of the defenders.
Will Reichert on for the extra point. His kick is up. It is good. Couple of touchdown drives for Minnesota here in the 3rd quarter with 2:49 to go in quarter number 3. It's the Vikings 14, the Colts 7. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
When I wake up, the best mornings in the morning light start with Wrangler. I put on my jeans and I feel alright. Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Robinhood is introducing forecast contracts so you can trade the presidential election. Through Robinhood, you can now trade financial derivatives contracts on who will win the U.S. presidential election, Harris or Trump, and watch as contract prices react to real-time market sentiment. Each contract you own will pay $1 on January 8th, 2025 if that candidate is confirmed as the next U.S. president by Congress. Learn more about the presidential election contracts on Robinhood at Robinhood.com/election. The risk of loss in trading commodities interest can be substantial. You should therefore carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your financial condition. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Commodity interest trading is not appropriate for everyone. Displayed prices are based on real-time market sentiment. This event contract is offered by Robinhood Derivatives, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm. Exchange and regulatory fees apply. Learn more at robinhood.com/election.
Running your own business can feel a lot like running a one-person relay race. When you've got to expand your team, share the baton with Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates to your roster. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at prices you'll love. eBay, things people love.
Back in Minnesota with 2:49 to go in the third quarter. It's the Vikings 14 and the Colts 7. Ryan Radke, Mike Golick here. Huddle up with Grainger to get more done. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by one of over 250 branch locations. Grainger broadcast booth next week in Houston. The Detroit Lions coming in. Lions won again today.
Detroit's playing like the best team in the NFL.
Man, they not only won, they handled Green Bay at Lambeau Field.
In some ugly weather, my kind of weather. Everybody slows down to my speed in that kind of weather.
I was going to say, don't tell me you actually enjoyed playing.
Oh, I enjoy playing in slop and snow, again, because everybody slows down to my speed.
Will Reichert with an end-over-end kick into the end zone. Ashton Doolin will take a knee. And the Colts will start at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Well, Mike, in that first half, it kind of felt like Minnesota had the upper hand, but they made all the mistakes, turned it over twice, missed a couple of field goals, and Indianapolis had a 7-0 lead. How do the Colts get this offense going? Joe Flacco's under 100 yards passing in the game. Jonathan Taylor, 8 carries, 31 yards. What do they have to do?
They're not going to get big strikes. They have to chip away. They have time. They're only down 1 score. He hasn't been sacked yet, been pressured a bit. But they have to get consistent drives and let the defense rest for a bit.
Toss it to Taylor on first down, running left along the numbers, and not much there for Taylor. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and it looks like they'll give him a yard to the 31. Harrison Phillips with the tackle. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
I mean, at this point, the defense is barely sitting down. Minnesota has run 30 more plays than the Colts. Defense has got to be getting tired. Offense has got to put together something, A, to move down the field and get in scoring position, and B, to rest the defense.
Colts have only had the ball for 12 and a half minutes in this game. 2nd down 9 from the 31. Flacco under center with 2 receivers to the right. Here's the snap. Flacco back on a play fix. Sets his feet. Looks. Checks it down. Short right. Caught by Taylor on the numbers. Makes a shake move and gets out to the 35-yard line before Metellus can make a stop. Gain of 4. And now it'll be a 3rd down and 5. And this is a 3rd down Indianapolis really needs.
It would seem, obviously, this 3rd and 5, you'll see more at the line. But Minnesota played that straight. Just a 4-man rush. And why wouldn't they? Indianapolis isn't attacking them downfield. It's all short passes. Rush 4, drop 7. And play the tackle right after the catch like they did there.
Colts 1 of 5 on 3rd down in the game. 3rd down and 5 here. They need the 40 for a 1st down. Flacco with a gun. 3 receivers left. 1 man right. Trey Sermon is the running back. He's off to Flacco's right.
8 at the line.
Play clock down to 2. Here's the snap. Flacco back to pass. He looks. He fires. Got a man caught by Downs across the 50-yard line into Vikings territory at the 49. Byron Murphy, the tackle. Gain of 16 as Downs went high to make a fingertip snag.
So I'll say the Colts offensive line has been reading these well. There were 8 at the line and just 4 came, and they picked it up. They blocked it perfectly and gave time for the route to develop.
From the Vikings 49, 1st down and 10. Flacco back in the gun, takes a knee-high snap, quick throw right side, caught by Downs outside the numbers, cuts back in across the 45, diving across the Minnesota 40, and he's down to the 38. Josh Metellus, Stephon Gilmore the tackle. That's a gain of 11. It's another Indianapolis 1st down.
With Flacco at quarterback, it has to be a rhythm offense. It's not going to be make-up plays as you go along, get out of the pocket, try and make something downfield. Everything from the pocket, either with time to throw or quick passes.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Here's a handoff to Trey Sermon on 1st down. Sermon waiting for something to open up. Nothing really does. Jerry Tillery the tackle. Gain of a yard to the 37. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9. That may be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Colts are going to get to the line of scrimmage. Let's see if they're going to snap it or just try to draw Minnesota off here. 5 seconds showing on the clock. Flacco in the gun. Ogletree motions from left to right. And the Colts are going to let the clock hit triple zeros. End of the third quarter here in Minneapolis with the score, the Vikings 14, the Colts 7. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
'Tis almost the season, and you've got a sleigh load of holiday channels to unwrap in the SiriusXM app. Shake the tinsel right off the tree with Rockin' Christmas. Set the mood for a silent night with Holiday Chill Out. Or add a touch of Christmas class with Real Jazz Holiday. There are dozens of channels to choose from. Just open the SiriusXM app and search Holiday.
To win your fantasy football league, you need to be one step ahead of the competition. And at SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, we're giving you the edge you need to take home the trophy.
There are no tight ends that you can count on. We will tell you who to start.
Our experts are doling out start-sit advice, waiver pickups, and so much more to help you win a championship.
Just because you're allowed to make a waiver move doesn't mean you have to make a waiver move.
Listen right now on Channel 87 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app.
Hold up! It's Jimmy Fallon, and you're invited to my place for Christmas. Get ready for a new channel of classic holiday songs handpicked by me.
Simply having a wonderful Christmas.
Plus music from my new Christmas album, Holiday Season. Jimmy Fallon's Holiday Seasoning Radio. On now, Channel 17, or listen at home with the SiriusXM app. Just search Jimmy Fallon.
Hey, football fans, this is Jim Miller.
And I'm Pat Kerwin. Be sure to join us tomorrow for Moving the Chains at 3 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio.
We'll be breaking down all the action from Sunday and getting you ready for Monday Night Football as the Buccaneers head to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs.
Plus, we'll talk to Falcons coach Raheem Morris and keep you updated on the latest injury news.
So come talk some ball with us tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, SiriusXM, NFL Radio, Channel 88, and the all-new SiriusXM app.
15 minutes to go here in Minneapolis. Vikings lead the Colts by a score of 14-7. Well, the action is heating up. An NFL Sunday ticket is now only $209 for the rest of the season. Watch the race to the playoffs with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. Terms and embargoes apply. No cancellations. Now the Colts moving the ball here. They've got it down to the Minnesota 37. It's a 2nd down and 9. We were talking about how much the Colts just need to move the ball to give their defense a break, but we're also getting to that time the Colts need to score and finish these drives off.
So right now this drive is twofold. They're in field goal range, or in scoring position, or close to it, and the defense is getting a break. But you're right, they have to be able to finish the drive.
Flacco lines up in the shotgun. He's got Taylor to his right. 2 receivers out to the left. Pierce inside of Doolin. Flacco looks over the defense, motions the tight end Ogletree from right to left. Here's the snap. Flacco fakes the handoff, looking down the middle, steps up in the pocket, wrapped up, and he's going to go down. Harrison Phillips made the tackle. Flacco actually gained a yard on that, stepping up, so it won't be a sack, but it will set up a 3rd down and 8. There's a flag down.
It's in the backfield. Going to be on the Colts, I believe.
Well, if it's a 10-yarder, it's going to take him out of field goal range.
Personal foul, illegal chop block, offense number 71 and number 28. 15-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Now that's Gonzalez, the rookie tackle, along with Jonathan Taylor, Mike. Looks like it came against Andrew Van Ginkel.
Yeah, Gonzalez hit him high and Taylor went low on him. They hit him right at the same time.
Now, it looked to me, Mike, like Taylor had Van Ginkel picked up, but Gonzalez almost in the last minute thinking,
I'll help.
Came out and helped when he didn't need to.
Ended up costing it. It's exactly right.
So move it all the way back to the Colts 48. It sets up 2nd and 24. Receivers left and right. Flacco takes the snap. Flags fly. There was movement up front. Braden Smith, the right tackle, came out of his stance early. My goodness.
Oh, my gosh. 2nd and 29.
False start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Wow.
Well, this is where you almost feel like just heave it up downfield, hope you get a defensive pass interference or something.
Either that or try and pick up half of it. Try and get yourself at least in 2 plays into field goal range as well.
5 penalties for 40 yards in the second half against the Colts. Receivers left and right. Pittman left, Adonai Mitchell to the right. Flacco in the gun, takes the snap, fakes to Taylor, back to pass, rush coming. Flacco looks, throws deep right sideline. Mitchell, he caught it. Did he get both feet down? They're going to say yes. Well, they're going to talk about it. One official is adamant he got both feet down. I didn't think so live. Let's take a look at the replay, Mike. 1 foot.
No. Oh, he did. No.
The second toe hit, but was his first foot already out of bounds?
Oh, it looked like it almost hit simultaneously. Did his knee hit out of bounds? No, his foot.
He got it down.
I think he got it down.
Boy, what a catch by Mitchell.
Third and now manageable and in long field goal range.
Gain of 21, 3rd and 8. Slot left, single man right. Flacco in the gun, play clock at 1. Here's the snap. Flacco back to pass, has time, throws left sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. It's his 3rd interception of the year, and the Vikings D gets another stop. Second takeaway of the game for Minnesota, their 17th this year. And Byron Murphy cutting in front of Josh Downs gets the INT.
Absolutely ill-advised throw. One of the reasons Joe is in there, he doesn't turn the ball over. 7 touchdowns and 1 interception this year. Make that 2. And a bad throw.
14:23 remaining. Vikings 14, Colts 7. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
What's up, college football fans? It's Eric McLean and Kelly Gramlich here from Gramlich and McLean. Wake up with us every single morning on SiriusXM Channel 371.
Join us each day at 7 a.m. to get the most in-depth ACC football coverage. We're giving you post-game recaps, player and coach interviews, as well as picks for your favorite team each and every week.
Coast-to-coast coverage every single day. It's football season, baby. Let's go.
Gramlich and McLean, weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Eastern on ACC Radio, SiriusXM Channel 371.
This is Bill Belichick. Hear me break down the week in the NFL every Monday night on Let's Go, 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
The NFL trade deadline is Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And while the nation is running to the polls, your favorite NFL team is running to the phones. Who's staying? Who's on the move?
We're not going to just make a move to make it. It's got to be the right guy.
SiriusXM NFL Radio is your home for the latest news and rumors.
This trade is a huge upgrade over what they had.
Nobody covers the trade deadline like our experts on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and on the all-new SiriusXM app.
Whether your team is at home or on the road, hear every game with your hometown announcers on the SiriusXM app. Just search for your team and click the favorite star.
If you like yacht rock, you're gonna love Yatso. A SiriusXM channel with the same smooth, but even more groove. Yes, turn your love soulful and funky. Yatso. Listen year-round at home on Alexa, Google Home, smart TVs, and everywhere on the SiriusXM app.
This is Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders. Hear me every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Minneapolis, tackle your to-do list with Grainger. From locker rooms to plant floors, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. 1st and 10 Minnesota from its own 23 after the Byron Murphy pick. Darnold lines up in the shotgun, takes the snap, back to pass. Darnold has time, surveys the field, throws deep down the middle. That's intercepted. Picked off by Cross. Running back down the far sideline of the 25, and he's out of bounds there. So the Vikings give it right back. Darnold throws the interception to Cross, his 2nd of the year, and he has a 20-yard return, and the Indianapolis offense is right back on the field.
3 interceptions tonight, 2 by Darnold, 1 by Flacco, and all 3 are on the quarterback. All 3. This one was behind the receiver. Good close coverage. It was really good coverage on Jefferson. And the ball's a little bit behind, almost right in the chest of Cross.
So Nick Cross with his 2nd pick of the year. Had one against Jacksonville in Week 5. And now here comes that Indianapolis offense again. At the Minnesota 25, 1st and 10. Flacco goes under center. Receivers left and right. Here's the snap. Handoff Taylor. Running left. Looking for a crease. Can't find one. And he gets stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Does fall forward a little bit. So they'll give him a gain of 1. Kamu Grugier-Hill, the linebacker, led the charge with Harrison Phillips. It'll be 2nd down and 9. But boy, Mike, what a play by the Colts just when it looked like they had given all momentum back to Minnesota. Here they are again, just outside the red zone.
And the talk of Darnold kind of exercising his demons of turnovers early in the season, but now 2 tonight, 7 on the year.
2 receivers stacked right, single man left. Flacco in the gun with Taylor to his right on 2nd down and 9. Flacco wants the snap. He's got it. Back to pass. Looking left. Throws left. It's caught by Downs, and he's knocked out of bounds. Well, that was right around the line of scrimmage again. Stephon Gilmore with the tackle. And it's going to be a 3rd and long here coming up for Indianapolis. They'll say a gain of 1, so it's 3rd down and 8.
Now, we'll see more than a few on the line of scrimmage again. We'll see who drops out for Minnesota. Again, looking for confusion on the offensive line, which they haven't gotten. They don't have any sacks tonight and not many pressures.
3 receivers go to the right, single man left. Flacco in the shotgun, Taylor to his right. Now Taylor walks toward the line of scrimmage. He's going to fall back, play clock at 1. Here's the snap. Flacco back to pass, steps up, throws back across his body, incomplete. He was moving to his right, tried to throw back across his body to the left of Pittman. That one had no chance. It was down at his feet.
Yeah.
And that's going to bring out Matt Gay and the field goal team.
He just couldn't get any juice on that at all. As you said, going right and throwing back across his body left, just could not get anything on it.
So Gay, who missed earlier from 53, will come on. This will be a 42-yard attempt for Gay. He's perfect inside of 50 this year. Luke Rhodes will snap it. Sanchez puts it down. Gay with a kick on the way. It is good, just inside that left upright. And that pulls Indianapolis within 4. It's now Minnesota 14, Indianapolis 10. A reminder that for every field goal made tonight and throughout the remainder of the season, Barbasol will make a donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, America's #1 shaving cream. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. 12:41 remaining. It's the Vikings 14, the Colts 10. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
You've got a Pepto predicament, moviegoer.
Hey, I can hear your stomach grumbling.
Sorry, I ate that entire tub of popcorn with extra butter.
You overdid it, and now your movie has turned into a blockbuster bellyache. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can focus on the action on the big screen instead of in your stomach. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's winds blowing across a fruited plain, and also your new fire pit, which subsequently sets your gazebo ablaze. It's hard-hitting football, and an even harder-hitting price estimate from your general contractor. That's a star-spangled bummer. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Wakey, wakey. Sunday morning football is back in Germany.
Let's go!
And NFL Network has an NFC clash live from Allianz Arena in Munich as the Giants square off against the Panthers. Set your alarms because this waits for no one. Rise, shine, football. Giants, Panthers, Sunday, November 10th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, only on NFL Network.
Scott Graham from our Westwood 1 studios with a look at the Week 9 scoreboard. Detroit beat Green Bay in the rain today at Lambeau 24-14. The Lions are now 7-1. Rams get an overtime victory in Seattle 26-20. It was the Eagles holding off a late Jacksonville comeback to beat the Jags in Philly today 28-23. Atlanta goes to 6-3. They knock off Dallas 27-21. Washington is 7-2. They beat the Giants in the Meadowlands 27-22. Arizona another win, this time at home over Chicago 29-9. Carolina gets their second win of the year. They beat New Orleans 23-22. Buffalo running away and hiding from their division. They beat Miami today 30-27. Baltimore knocks off Denver 41-10. It was Cincinnati over Las Vegas 41-24. Chargers over Cleveland in Cleveland 27-10. And in overtime, Tennessee knocked off New England 20-17. All the reaction, post-game, and highlights coming up when this one is done. For right now, back to Minnesota, Ryan Radke and Mike Golick.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. Matt Gay's kickoff through the back of the end zone. So the Vikings will start 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line, now with a 14-10 lead with 12:41 to go. So that Minnesota defense stands up after the turnover. They give up just 2 yards and force the field goal attempt. And now the offense back on the field after Darnold's second interception of the night. He'll line up in the shotgun here. He's got Cam Akers to his right. 2 receivers left, single man to the right. Darnold extends his hands in front of his chest. He takes the shotgun snap. He'll give it to Akers. Starts to his left. Cuts back to his right. And he's out across the 35-yard line before Speed can make the tackle. It's a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 4. Cam Akers, who began the year with Houston, acquired by Minnesota. He's a Kevin O'Connell favorite from their time together in L.A. 2nd down, 4, no huddle here for the Vikings. Darnold takes the shotgun snap. He'll hand it off. Akers again, straight ahead, 1st down across the 40, over the 45, and he's out near midfield. So Cam Akers, straight ahead that time, found a big hole, and he picks up 14.
Yeah, not even touched until the 3rd level here. Huge hole up the gut.
4 carries, 36 yards now for Akers. 2nd straight year that Minnesota has made a trade to bring in Akers. Spent his first 3.5 years of his career with the Rams after he was drafted out of Florida State. 1st and 10, Vikings at their own 49. Handoff, Akers again, running left, cuts it up outside the hash, 45 to the 40, and he's got another 1st down. Down to the Indianapolis 39. Nick Cross with the tackle, gain of 12 yards on the run by Cam Akers.
Thought they'd be controlling the ball on the run with Aaron Jones. Cam Akers getting the lion's share on this drive and certainly make it worth his while.
Well, Akers, back in 2022, he had almost 800 yards, 7 touchdowns, but he got hurt. Seemed like he and Sean McVay just didn't see eye to eye, but apparently not a problem with Kevin O'Connell here in Minnesota. Darnold under center on 1st and 10. Takes the snap, back on a play fake this time, trying to set up the screen, and he throws it into the ground. He was looking for Akers again. DeForest Buckner was applying the pressure on Darnold, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 10:50 remaining in the game. Vikings 14, Colts 10.
Yeah, Julian Blackman came up from his safety position and read that as well, and Buckner was breathing down Darnold's neck. He said, I'll just live to fight another play.
Vikings will make their way back into the huddle here. They have alternated between being in the huddle and just getting up to the line of scrimmage quickly tonight. Akers remains in as the running back. He'll line up to Darnold's left. 2 receivers right, single man left. That's Jefferson lined up right on the numbers. Darnold gets the snap. He's going to hand it off on a draw. Akers running the right side, and he's hit by Kenny Moore at the line of scrimmage. Maybe lost a half yard, tried to spin away, but Moore would not allow it. And now it'll be a 3rd and long for the Vikings.
So they're bringing the nickelback and or the safety on the previous play up toward the line of scrimmage to be that unblocked defender, and they're making the most of it.
TJ Hawkinson checks back into the lineup here for the Vikings. Hawkinson making his return after opening the year on IR. He was activated after the game a week ago. 3 catches, 27 yards for Hawkinson tonight. He's one of 3 receivers to the right. Jefferson singled up to the left. This is 3rd down and 11. Darnold gets the shotgun snap. He's back to pass. Pressure coming. Darnold is wrapped up and dropped. Boy, he just got swallowed up that time by Kwity Paye. And that will eliminate any hopes of a field goal. It'll bring the punt team out, a loss of 10. Kwity Paye wrapping up Sam Darnold around the shoulder pads and bringing him down to the turf. Paye with 2.5 sacks on the year.
Yeah, they had 3 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and both linebackers blitzed. So it was a 5-man rush, and Kwity Paye was at end into the loop into the middle of the field.
Ryan Wright will punt. Josh Downs is deep. High end over end kick. Downs moving to his right inside the 10. He's got it at the 10-yard line, straight ahead to the 15, and he dives across the 20. Well, kind of a dangerous play by Downs to field that one, but he found a little crease, a 39-yard punt, an 11-yard return. DePaula, the long snapper, got down to make the tackle. 9:22 remaining in the game. Vikings 14, Colts 10. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined as always by my co-anchor Snoop.
Hey, what up, though?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down to T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel, chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2. At T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing with my savings, Snoop. Now, take it away, Snoop.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on them. Now drop that jingle.
24 monthly bill credits eligible trade-in on Go 5G Next. Well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits, and credits stop and balance on required finance agreement too. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
Finding quality candidates for your small business is no little league game, but Indeed can help you cover all your hiring bases. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
When I wake up
the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I put on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Join us again tomorrow night when the Bucs meet the Chiefs. Rich Eisen kicks things off at 7:30 Eastern with a pregame show. Then the great Kevin Harlan, the Hall of Famer Kurt Warner have all the action from Arrowhead. For more details or to listen to the live stream for free, visit westwood1sports.com.
So I was impressed with Gus Bradley, the D coordinator. They started off playing it. Cam Akers was running on him, and then he brought up Julian Blackman to play the screen, and then brought up Kenny Moore on the next play to be that unblocked defender playing the run in 4th to 3rd and long.
Colts take over at their own 21, 1st and 10, 9:22 to go. They trail 14-10. Flacco in the gun, brings a receiver in motion from the right, takes the snap, swings it out to Taylor, and it's incomplete. I don't think Taylor was ready for that one. Flacco threw it. It bounced right off Taylor. It looked like almost his hip. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, either Joe threw that too quick or Taylor didn't look quick enough, but that was definitely out of sync.
Flacco 13-21, 141 yards and a pick tonight. He's been playing well. Flacco with 2 or more touchdown passes in each of his last 7 starts. It's the longest active streak in the NFL, but he has had some issues against this Minnesota defense, as so many have this year. Receivers left and right, 2nd down 10. Flacco in the gun, gets the snap, back to pass. Flacco looking with time, throws down the numbers on the right. That's caught by Pierce, turns back inside. He's across the 35. He's out to the 36 and the 37-yard line. Josh Metellus the tackle, a gain of 16, and Indianapolis 1st down.
One of the rare times Minnesota didn't have Moore up at the line, played a straight 4-man rush zone. And again, the Colts are actually blocking well. Haven't gotten up a sack yet and not a ton of pressure, so Flacco has had decent time to throw the ball.
Replay assist just moved the ball back to the 36. Gain of 15, 1st and 10. Flacco gets the shotgun snap. He'll hand it off to Taylor. Jump cut to his left. Finds a crease along the hash marks, and he's out to the 40-yard line, so that'll be a gain of 4. Jerry Tillery with the tackle. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6 as we tick down to 8:25 to go in the game. The Colts trail 14-10.
Definitely plenty of time left to just run your offense again. I don't see many deep balls. I see the deeper in routes to Pierce. Other than that, I think quick passes to the outside or over the middle.
Pierce will line up wide right, Doolin wide left. Two tight ends in the ball game. Doolin in motion. They'll hand it to him on a jet sweep. Running right. Turns it up outside the numbers, and Doolin gets to the 45-yard line, just shy of the first down. So he needed 6. He gets 5. It'll be 3rd and 1. Dallas Turner, first rounder out of Alabama with the tackle. It's been a lot of talk around here about Dallas Turner. Hasn't been really involved. Hasn't played a lot of snaps, but Kevin O'Connell and Brian Flores this week both saying this kid's going to be fine. We like him a lot.
Yeah, well, there are other edge rushers. Van Ginkel, Grenard, Pat Jones all came in tonight with 5 sacks each, so they're getting the job done.
3rd down and 1. Slot left, single man right. Pittman now in motion from right to left. Flacco gets the shotgun snap, handoff. Taylor running left, has the first down, makes a man miss, and dives across midfield. Boy, what a great jump cut by Taylor in the backfield to get away from the defense. It ends up picking up 7 before Grenard can make the tackle.
Boy, that really was a nice jump cut. Wow. And I mean, the Colts have had a few good drives tonight. They just can't close them off. Now, one field goal, missed field goal, and the defense with the only touchdown they have.
From the Minnesota 48, 1st and 10. Flacco under center, takes the snap. He's back, handed off. Jonathan Taylor waits for a hole along the left hash, down to the 45-yard line, gain of 3. Harrison Phillips with the tackle. Jonathan Grenard there as well. 2nd down and 7 coming up. 6.5 minutes remaining here in Minneapolis.
Runs working. They'll go off play action, and Flacco's been under center a decent amount. They came in to tonight using shotgun the most in the NFL, 81%, with Anthony Richardson mostly a quarterback. But Flacco, well, he go mostly under center.
He will line up under center here on 2nd down and 7 from the Vikings 45. Ball on the near side left hash. Receivers left and right. Here's the snap. Handoff. This is Sermon. Gaping hole outside the right hash, and Sermon down to the 40-yard line. Metellus with the tackle. 3rd and short coming up. Gain of 5 there. When Sermon took that handoff, there was nothing but turf in front of him.
I mean, Quentin Nelson pulled and just knocked Van Ginkel to the outside. Van Ginkel tried to trail the play, and Nelson just followed him down the field. The dude is just an absolute machine blocker.
3rd down and 2. Pittman wide left, Pierce wide right, 2 tight ends left. Sermon remains the running back. Flacco under center brings Pittman in short motion from the left. Here's the snap, play action fake. Flacco looking, throws deep down the middle of the field, incomplete. Off the hands of Pittman. Harrison Smith was in coverage. 4th and 2, and the offense is going to stay out.
Yeah, I don't like that play. I mean, they were running the ball well, then went play action. But play action to move the sticks. I mean, Harrison Smith is just playing center field back there. You got to know he is a incredibly savvy veteran and is going to read the eyes and break on the ball. Just move the chains. Don't put yourself in a 4th and short situation.
Well, the Colts are a little bit confused. Downs just came running onto the field. Flacco's telling him to play. They did reset the play clock. It is 4th down and 2. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Flacco in the gun with Sermon to his left. Here's the snap. Flacco back to pass. Looking, fires down the middle. Incomplete. Off the hands of Ashton Doolin. 2 men were there, including Smith. Gilmore was the other, and the Colts turn it over on downs.
Yeah, I mean, Harrison Smith, again, just reading and being the second man over, just reading perfectly the in routes. This dude just knows what's coming.
5:20 remaining. Vikings will have it when we come back. It's 14-10 Minnesota. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the 2nd largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
He's coming. Here he goes. Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Purchase new wiper blades from O'Reilly Auto Parts today and we'll install them for free. See better and drive safer with O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Don't miss all the NFL excitement on NBC next Sunday night when the Lions travel to Houston to meet the Texans. And, of course, you can also hear Sunday Night Football each week right here beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on many of these same stations, the NFL app, or online at westwood1sports.com. Vikings take over at their own 41st and 10, Mike. The Colts got themselves to 3rd and 2 and were unable to finish off the drive.
Just two bad plays. 2 yards you needed, and they went too far downfield to move the chains.
Darnold under center on 1st and 10, takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Aaron Jones, running left, breaks an ankle tackle, dives across the line of scrimmage, and he's out to the 41-yard line for a gain of 1. Tackle by Jalen Jones. It'll be 2nd and 9.
So this is a Minnesota offensive lineman's dream here. It's a 4-minute drive. I know it was over 5 minutes ago. I get it, but it's basically called a 4-minute drive. You try and run the rest of the clock out. Run the game clock out by running the ball, short passes, but the offensive line just going downhill.
Colts have all 3 of their timeouts. Slot right, single man left, 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 41-yard line of the Vikings. Darnold in the gun. He's got Jones to his left. Here's the snap. Darnold back to pass, looking to his right, throws right, got a man wide open. That's caught inside the Indianapolis 45, inside the 40, down to the 38. Jordan Addison wide open. Samuel Womack made the stop, but a gain of 21.
Well, the Colts have 4 sacks tonight, and this is where they could have used one, and they didn't get close. The Colts blitzed. Minnesota picked it up, gave Darnold all kinds of time. Safety just playing too far back off. Plenty of room to drop that ball in there.
Clock continues to roll. Down to 4:05 remaining in the game. Darnold approaching 300 yards passing. He's 27 of 33 for 276. 1st and 10 from the Colts 38. 2 receivers to the left. Jefferson sprints in motion from that side. Darnold will hand it off to Aaron Jones, running along the left hash to the 35, bouncing outside the numbers to the 30, and finally shoved out of bounds on the sideline, and he's close to a 1st down. Run out of bounds by Jalen Jones. We'll see where they spot it. Aaron Jones very close to the marker. The officials running over there. There is some conversation, although I got to tell you, the conversation is not between Jones and Jones. It's all the secondary guys jumping in.
That's exactly right. Everybody going over there to either protect or get involved. There's nothing wrong with that play.
No, Aaron Jones stiff-arming Jalen Jones, and they ran out of bounds.
Yep.
So they mark it at the 28, a gain of 10. 1st down and 10. Darnold goes under center. Here's the snap, turns, hands it off. Jones starts left, cuts back right, inside the 25, and Aaron Jones down to the 21-yard line. Gain of 7, Grant Stewart with the tackle. That'll set up 2nd down and 3.
Quite honestly, the biggest mistake Jones made the play before was he went out of bounds. Should have just stayed in bounds, kept the clock running. The clock's your friend right now. You don't need to score again if you just run the clock out. At some point, the Colts will have to start using timeouts.
Well, the Colts right now just hoping they can force a turnover or at the very least hold Minnesota to a field goal. From the 21-yard line, 2nd down and 3. Jefferson goes wide left, Addison wide right. 2 tight ends on the right side of the line. Addison in motion from right to left. Here's the snap. Handoff Jones. Starts left. Cuts it back. He's inside the 20. Driving forward and then driven back. Colts are going to call a timeout. Jones is just shy of the first down. Taven Bryan with a tackle. It's going to set up 3rd and 1. 3 minutes exactly remaining on the game clock. We'll step aside. Vikings 14, Colts 10. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
A Gain Scent Bead story. Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said Maraca, senor, but his nose said, hey, freshest scent ever. Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring a bottle of Gain Scent Beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, sir, your scent Maraca smell amazing. Actually, Jim, most noses call them Gain Scent Beads. Try Gain Scent Beads, way fresher than detergent alone.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Darnold with a handoff to Aaron Jones on 3rd and 1. He picks up 5. And that'll move the sticks for Minnesota. Timeout called by Shane Steichen now with 2:53 to go. But Steichen only has 1 timeout plus the 2-minute warning. And the Vikings have a 1st down and 10. And a touchdown here would all but seal it for Minnesota.
Well, the Colts need to rely on by something they've done about as good as anybody in the league. They came into tonight tied for 2nd in the NFL with 4 red zone takeaways, and they have a 5th tonight. They had an interception in the end zone, so if they can somehow get another one, or as you said, hold Minnesota to a field goal, but Minnesota's still going to burn a lot of clock.
2:53 to go, 14-10 Vikings. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
Something amazing is happening with supply chains. They're running themselves quickly and securely. That's because retailers consulted with CDW, who designed and built a Cisco security solution to defend against attacks and respond to threats. With end-to-end protection, better decisions are made in real time, so warehouse and customer data stay safe until products reach their destination. Cisco and CDW make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Cisco.
If I was to describe this sandwich in one word, I would say magical. Hi, this is Jamor, and the little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is that extra off. I go back and forth from the spicy filet to the original filet. I get into the sweetness of the honey, then you have the extra kick from the spicy filet. The combination alone takes it over the top. It's award-winning.
The Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is back with a bite. Try it with the original or spicy filet, now for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
The copyright of tonight's broadcast on Westwood 1 is owned by the NFL on behalf of its member clubs. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or any other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the National Football League is strictly prohibited.
2:53 to go. Vikings on top of the Colts 14-10. Colts have 1 more timeout left. They'll also get a stoppage at the 2-minute warning, but the Vikings have the ball at the 13, and now, Mike, a touchdown would basically seal this one.
Yeah.
And put it in the win column for Minnesota to snap this little mini 2-game skid. Again, a win for the Vikings would jump them over the Packers in the NFC North standings, and they would remain 1 game behind Detroit, although Detroit beat Minnesota a couple of weeks ago. It's funny, you look this year, this Brian Flores defense has confused so many quarterbacks. For whatever reason, Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford seemed okay with it, but everybody else has had a horrible time.
Yep. Then again, those 2 offenses are pretty darn good.
They are. And I don't know what the secret that Ben Johnson and Jared Goff have figured out, but they had it figured out last year, too. Darnold under center, 1st and 10 from the Colts 13. Jones the single back. Here's a handoff. Jones running left to the numbers, and he is upended. Lost a yard on the play, back to the 14-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 11. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood 1, your home for Sunday Night Football.
Get daily football news on the players and teams that matter to you on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
2nd down 11 from the 14. About a 10-second difference between game clock and play clock.
So they'll run this play, and if they tackle him inbounds, clock running, Colts will use their final timeout.
Vikings run to the line of scrimmage. Darnold under center, receivers left and right. Here's the snap. Darnold back on a play fake, rolling left, looking, throws to the end zone. Oliver's wide open. Touchdown, Minnesota. An exclamation point on the touchdown throw to Josh Oliver, and the Vikings are on their way to win number 6. Darnold rolling left, found Oliver wide open in the front corner of the end zone. Oliver's third touchdown catch of the year, and the Minnesota lead is now 10 with 2:05 to go.
Boy, with Hawkinson coming back and trying to get him put back into the offense, Oliver had the night. 5 targets, 5 receptions, a touchdown.
Reichard's extra point try is on the way, and it is good. So the Minnesota Vikings now with an 11-point lead, 21-10 with 2:05 to go. And boy, you got to give it to Kevin O'Connell, Mike. Everybody thinking they'll just run it again, try to run the clock down, force Indianapolis to use that final timeout. Nope, roll it out to the left, and Oliver wide open.
And I like the way Darnold really sprinted out left. As you're rolling left and throwing left, that can be difficult to do, but he got his shoulders squared and was able to put it on Oliver.
Oliver, again, in the first 7 games of the year, had 7 catches for 72 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tonight, 5 catches, 58 yards, and a TD for Josh Oliver. 7th career receiving touchdown for Oliver. He's gone back-to-back. He had one last Thursday night against the Rams in L.A.
And he's also in there as the blocking tight end on running plays as well. Doing it all.
So Reichard will kick it away. And now the Colts are going to need a minor miracle. Doolin and Goodson back deep to return. They're down 11. They're going to need a quick score and then recover an onside kick.
And they haven't shown any big play ability to really get it down the field in a hurry. And you mentioned it in the break when we were talking. This is not going to quiet down those that thought Anthony Richardson should keep playing.
Reichard with the kickoff. End over end kick. This one will be taken by Goodson a couple of yards deep in the end zone. He'll drop to a knee. And the Colts will start at the 30-yard line, down by 11. With 2:05 to go, Indianapolis has 1 timeout remaining.
I still think it was the right move to go to Joe and try and see if they could stay with the Texans, even though they had lost to the Texans twice. They won loss behind them. But it's going to open up a whole much more questions.
Well, Flacco will line up in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers to the right. 1 left. Jonathan Taylor, the running back, to Flacco's left. Here's the snap. Flacco back to pass. Under pressure and sacked. Pocket collapsing, and Jonathan Grenard gets home his 6th sack of the year. And with that, we have reached the 2-minute warning. Vikings 21, Colts 10. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood 1.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Robinhood is introducing forecast contracts so you can trade the presidential election. Through Robinhood, you can now trade financial derivatives contracts on who will win the U.S. presidential election, Harris or Trump, and watch as contract prices react to real-time market sentiment. Each contract you own will pay $1 on January 8th, 2025 if that candidate is confirmed as the next U.S. president by Congress. Learn more about the presidential election contracts on Robinhood at Robinhood.com/election. The risk of loss in trading commodities interest can be substantial. You should therefore carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your financial condition. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Commodity interest trading is not appropriate for everyone. Displayed prices are based on real-time market sentiment. This event contract is offered by Robinhood Derivatives, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm. Exchange and regulatory fees apply. Learn more at Robinhood.com/election.
A reminder to stay with us for the Sunday Night Football post-game report. We'll recap the highlights and stats from tonight's game. Plus, you'll hear from a member of the winning team. And Scott Graham will once again have scores and highlights from around the league. That's all coming up after the game.
You mentioned that was Grenard's 6th sack of the year. That's their 25th sack. They've had 9 different players with at least a sack.
Well, it's a good time for their first one tonight. They hadn't had one all night. They'd gotten to Flacco, pressured him. That's a good time for a loss of 8. And make it second down at 18. Colts have 1 timeout left. They're down 21-10. Second down 18 from their own 22. Flacco with a shotgun. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Taylor is the running back to Flacco's right. Downs in motion from left to right. Flacco gets the snap. He's back to pass. Flacco with time, steps up in the pocket. Now he's hit from behind. He's going to be sacked again. This time, Jahan Ward will get it. So the Vikings held without a sack all night. Get one on back-to-back plays. The Colts will use their final timeout with 1:51 to go, facing a 3rd down and forever.
Yeah, we've seen multiple just 4-man rushes tonight where they haven't gotten pressure, and now 2 in a row they've gotten pressure. Did a little tackle end stunt that time, and really Minnesota just pinning their ears back at this point. Joe, with time, just nobody open downfield, dropping 7.
So now a 3rd and 22. Colts are out of timeouts. Trips right, single man left. Trey Sermon, the running back. He's off to Flacco's left side. They have 2 plays to get 22 yards. Here's the snap. Flacco back, under pressure again. Dumps it short left along the numbers to Sermon. He slips as he gets across the 25-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 27. Ivan Pace touched him down. Gain of 9 on the play. And now 4th down and 13. The ball game on the line here. 2 receivers go to the right, 2 left. Flacco looks over the defense. Game clock down to 1:27. Here's the snap. They bring the house. Flacco throws over the middle. Caught by Downs across the 40. That'll be a 1st down. Well, that time they brought everybody. And Flacco off his back foot throws over the middle. Downs makes the catch. Gain of 14.
That was his best throw of the night in the face of massive pressure.
1:05 to go. Flacco gets the snap. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Moving to his right. Under pressure again. Wrapped up and sacked again. Another for Grenard. His 2nd on this drive. They'll mark him down at the 33-yard line. 2nd down 18 after a loss of 8. 45 seconds to go. Flacco throws it out to the right side. Off the hands of Pierce, incomplete. There's a penalty flag as well.
12 men on the field, defense, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So Minnesota maybe trying to change pass rushers there, and with Indianapolis not substituting, they don't have to hold up and wait.
Brian Flores, 11-point lead. They're about to win this game, and he's hot over on the sideline for that penalty. Always coaching.
So a free 5 makes it 2nd and 13. Also stops the clock. 42 seconds to go. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Flacco gets the shotgun snap. He's back to pass. Flacco looking, steps up, heaves one deep down the field. His arm was hit. It's floating. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Vikings by Cameron Bynum, who will slide down at the 40-yard line. There's a penalty flag in the secondary.
That's going to be interference on Stephon Gilmore.
Now the question is, was the ball tipped?
Pass interference, defense number 2. The ball be placed at spot of the foul, automatic 1st down.
So they say the ball was not tipped. Flacco's arm was contacted by Van Ginkel, but he did not get the ball. If the ball had been tipped, then you can't have the pass interference.
And the Colts are going to kick a field goal here, get to within a touchdown onside, and try and get an onside kick.
So they bring on Matt Gay. It'll be inside a 50-yard attempt where Gay has not missed this year. It'll be from 48. Gay missed from 53, hit from 42. Well, wait a minute. Now they're respotting the ball, and now Shane Steichen is hot because now this is going to make it a 54-yarder for Gay. He's going to leave him out there, but Gay is 1 of 4 from 50-plus. Here's the snap, ball down. The kick from Matt Gay is on the way. It is good. Inside the left upright. And that'll make it a 21-13 game with 28 seconds to go. With that field goal, Barbasol will make another donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, delivering a quality shave at an honest value for over 100 years.
Oh, that seems to be part of the thought process at times. Just throw it deep and hope for interference. And again, Alec Pierce is has the highest yards per catch average, over 24 yards a catch. Gilmore knew that and definitely held on to him.
So now the Colts declare their intention for an onside kick. Onside kicks were never easy to recover. They've just gotten harder over the last few years.
Yeah, you have to announce it. I mean, might as well have to announce where you're kicking it as well. Holy smokes. And it's one part of the game, Ryan, that hasn't really improved. I mean, it's such a hard thing to recover an onside kick.
Well, they've talked about some rule changes. Remember the Pro Bowl a couple of years ago, they experimented with the rule that instead of an onside kick, you could have a 4th and 15.
Exactly,
you basically get one play, and if you make it, then you get possession. They talked about those things, but have decided not to implement it.
I would like that, because you would have just like when they moved the extra point back, all of a sudden it wasn't automatic. It came into play a little more. This is so hard to recover an onside kick.
Well, Rigoberto Sanchez will kick it. Right now, he's going to kick it over toward the Colts sideline. At least that's the way his body is angled. And Minnesota, after taking a look, will take a timeout. Talk about how they want to cover this. 28 seconds to go. 21-13 Vikings. If the Colts can recover, they would still have a sliver of hope. Minnesota recovers, the game is over, and the Vikings will go to 6-2.
Yeah. Colts have put themselves at least in a position to possibly get it. But, again, with the rule changes, you can't overload.
You used to be able to put everybody on one side. You can't do that.
The first guys would just try and knock the front line out of the way. And it's really changed it to make it almost impossible. But saying there's a chance.
Yeah, getting that field goal, it's kept the very slim hopes alive. Colts did not change their alignment after the timeout.
You've seen different ways. You've seen a kicker just lay the ball on the ground. You've seen a kicker drop kick.
Yep.
You've seen all kind of different variations.
And last week we saw a free kick onside kick after the safety from Minnesota where they just punted it straight up into the air. Sanchez has it teed up. He'll kick it to his right side. He gets a big high hop, and it is grabbed out of the air by the Vikings. And that'll do it. Justin Jefferson is the man that recovered it. And now one snap remains to give the Vikings win number 6 on the season.
Well, nothing for nothing. That was a really good onside kick. You want it to go high in the air like it did and give your team a chance. But Jefferson, again, just making a play. Well, shut out in the first half, 21 in the second half, finishing drives, and get the win.
Alec Pierce did what he could to try to get to that one, but Jefferson able to get it and waves goodbye to the Colts as Sam Darnold takes the snap, drops to a knee, and that will do it. The Minnesota Vikings end their 2-game losing streak with a 21-13 home win over the Indianapolis Colts. The Vikings go to 6-2. They move back into second place in the NFC North. The Colts, meanwhile, drop below 500. They are now 4-5 in the AFC South with a daunting schedule ahead. 21-13. Vikings get the win here tonight.
Yeah, the Colts get the loss. They certainly have a quarterback situation to decide on. For Minnesota, they get back in their winning ways after 2 straight losses. Again, a very stat-filled first half, but they just couldn't close the deal and were actually shut out in the first half. But really, you see their big playmaking ability. It starts with 18, Justin Jefferson.
And no doubt, Jefferson had a huge night. 7 catches, 137 yards. But as we talked about, Mike, you talk about quarterbacks and Justin Jefferson. The Vikings' identity had been their defense. And it had not been as good the last couple of weeks. They were back to being the Vikings' defense they were in the first 5 games tonight.
Yep. They started getting the sacks at the end, the payoff of the rush, and really just a 4-man rush. But yeah, that defense, which gave up 30 in the last couple of weeks, giving up, obviously doing well tonight, giving up, and really there was just it was a defensive touchdown for the Colts. Yeah, they didn't even give up a touchdown, give up 2 field goals.
Only 227 yards total for Indianapolis tonight. Colts held to just 3 of 11 on 3rd down. Indianapolis only had the ball for 23 minutes in this game.
Yeah, it's a lot to be asked of the Colt defense, especially with the playmakers and Justin Jefferson, the main one that Minnesota has on offense.
Sam Darnold finishes his night 28 of 34, 290 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a couple of picks. Kind of a slow start for Darnold tonight, but he rebounded. Had a great game. We talked about what Jefferson did. That's just Justin Jefferson. 7 for 137 is almost just a ho-hum night for 18.
It's expected. Josh Oliver had the surprisingly good night with T.J. Hawkinson back, but they chose to kind of just use him sparingly to bring him back slowly. Again, he hadn't played since December 24th.
And speaking of Josh Oliver, he's standing by down on the field. Let's go down and visit with him. Josh, Ryan Radke, Mike Golick upstairs. Congratulations on the win here tonight. And how about a big night for you? 7 catches all year, 5 tonight with a touchdown. That's back-to-back games with a TD in primetime.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. It was great to get the dub out there. It was great to have TJ back, his presence out there, what he's overcome, man. It was awesome to have him out there.
But even so, was it going into the game that you were still going to be more part of the game plan than TJ coming back from the long layoff?
No, not necessarily. It was just his first game back, still getting his feet underneath him, but it was great to have him out there leading us. It's just awesome, his perseverance and everything he's gone through.
What was the message from your coach, Kevin O'Connell, at halftime when you guys hadn't scored a point?
He just told us to keep pounding, be us, and just go out there and do what we do.
Josh, how nice for you guys when your defense played like they played tonight. It's the way they played the first 5 weeks of the season. It's got to take a lot of pressure off you offensively.
Yeah, it's good to have that defense with us. It's something we can rely on. We know they have our back out there, and it's good to have them on our team.
Josh, congratulations on the win tonight. Congratulations on a big night for you. Stay healthy. We'll see you down the road. Thanks very much.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Josh Oliver, 5 catches, 58 yards, and a touchdown. And the Minnesota Vikings with a home win, 21-13 over Indianapolis. When we return, Scott Graham rejoins us from our Progressive Insurance Studios with the postgame report. Protect the stuff you love with Renter's Insurance. Visit Progressive.com. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
'Tis almost the season, and you've got a sleigh load of holiday channels to unwrap in the SiriusXM app. Shake the tinsel right off the tree with Rockin' Christmas. Set the mood for a silent night with Holiday Chill Out. Or add a touch of Christmas class with Real Jazz Holiday. There are dozens of channels to choose from. Just open the SiriusXM app and search Holiday.
It's time to get hyped for the NBA season on SiriusXM.
3 for the win!
From a father-son duo in LA,
LeBron James and Bronny James,
to the Celtics defending their title.
It is Banner 18.
You'll hear every game on your radio and the hometown announcers on the SiriusXM app.
Doncic will shoot a 3 and hit it!
And stay on point with all the biggest stories in the association on SiriusXM NBA Radio, Channel 86.
To win your fantasy football league, you need to be one step ahead of the competition. And at SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, we're giving you the edge you need to take home the trophy.
There are no tight ends that you can count on. We will tell you who to start.
Our experts are doling out start-sit advice, waiver pickups, and so much more to help you win a championship.
Just because you're allowed to make a waiver move doesn't mean you have to make a waiver move.
Listen right now on Channel 87 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app.
Each year, Eddie Vedder handpicks some of his favorite artists to join him at his Ohana Music Festival on the beach in Dana Point, California.
Are you ready, Ohana?
Hear this year's most unforgettable moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just saw Devo.
Featuring 2 nights of Pearl Jam. And exclusive performances from Sting, Alanis Morissette, and more. The best of Ohana 2024 throughout the weekend on Pearl Jam Radio, Channel 22.
Scott Graham from our Westwood One studios following Sunday Night Football tonight between the Indianapolis Colts and the Minnesota Vikings. Indy coming in as a team that plays tight games. First team in NFL history to have every one of their first 8 decided by 6 points or fewer. Minnesota trying to bounce back from losing back-to-back games, and Sam Darnold sitting on a year in which he's averaging career highs in completion percentage and passer rating. How would this one go? Well, not necessarily according to the way the numbers would tell the story that I just tried to tell you. Beginning of this ball game, Indy had their first drive and ultimately got down to the Minnesota Vikings 26-yard line before fumbling the football away and missing on an early opportunity to score. So the Vikings got the ball themselves. Sam Darnold moved his team expeditiously down the field, 11 plays and 55 yards, all the way down into the red zone. And that's when he made a mistake of his own.
3 receivers go to the left, Hockenson tight to the line on the right. Darnold in the gun with Jones to his right side. Here's the shotgun snap. Darnold back, looking to his left, scanning, under pressure, now moving to his left, being chased, flips his hips, fires to the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off in the end zone by Franklin. Darnold rolling to his left, tried to make a late throw, and he fired it right to Zaire Franklin. He has his first interception of the year, and the Indianapolis defense turns away Minnesota.
It was that kind of first half, really, for both of these teams. You're talking about a situation here where you had turnovers on the opening possession for both sides. You also had 3 combined missed field goals in the first half. And early in the second quarter, there was a mistake. Well, more a great defensive play made by Indianapolis that got the first points on the board.
Darnold under center, gets the snap. Back on a play fake. Rush coming. He's in trouble. He's wrapped up and sacked, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Colts. Kenny Moore racing the other way, all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Colts. There is a penalty flag that is down. Darnold got hit around the neck, lost the ball. Kenny Moore took it in. If the touchdown stands, the Colts will have a 6-0 lead.
Boy, I don't know.
There's no foul on the play. Ruling on the field, it's a touchdown.
It was indeed a fumble. It was a return for a touchdown by Moore. The extra point made it 7-0 Indianapolis early in the second quarter. As we said, it was a first half that was really not a whole lot going on offensively and a ton of mistakes that ended up short-circuiting drives. Indy held that 7-0 lead going into the break at halftime. Minnesota came out, though, to begin the second half, and the offense looked different, at least in their opening drive. They went 9 plays and 70 yards with that opening drive, moving the ball again quickly down the field. Ultimately, Sam Darnold went to the air and got a lot of help from his wide receiver to get his team on the board.
Ball on the near side left hash, first down and goal. Jefferson goes wide left, Addison wide right. Jones is the running back. Darnold gets the snap. He's back on a play fake. He's rolling to his right, being chased, throws into the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Addison with a diving catch in the back left corner of the end zone. A 40-yard touchdown strike. And the Vikings are down 1. It's 7-6 Colts, and the extra point could tie the game.
Sam Darnold threw the fastball on that play, and Jordan Addison made a spectacular, sprawling, one-handed juggling on his back catch, bringing the touchdown and get Minnesota on the board. Reichert, who was dealing with an injury, came on and hit the extra point, made it a 7-7 ball game. But Minnesota wasn't done scoring in the third quarter. They had another drive in them, a 9-play, 80-yard drive, and late in the third, they were in the red zone again.
Two receivers right, one left. Hawkinson in the game. He's just off the line on the right side. Darnold back in the shotgun, looks over the defense, gets the snap, back against the four-man rush. Darnold looking, fires toward the end zone, caught for a touchdown. Jalen Naylor was wide open, running right along the goal line on the left side. An easy pitch and catch. Fourth touchdown catch of the year for Naylor, and the Vikings lead is 13-7 with 2:49 to go in the third quarter.
An odd game in which a 14-7 lead felt like a big one. That was because the Indianapolis Colts weren't possessing the ball and weren't moving it downfield. I'm talking about a team that only put up 227 total net yards on the night. Matt Gay hit a 42-yard field goal early in the fourth to get them back to within 4, but there was not a whole lot they were able to do with the Minnesota defense. Joe Flacco held to 179 yards and no touchdowns. This is a guy who had thrown multiple touchdown passes in 7 straight games. Late in the game, at the end of an 8-play, 60-yard drive, Minnesota seemed to put this game out of reach. It's time for the Wrangler highlight of the game.
Darnold under center, receivers left and right. Here's the snap. Darnold back on a play fake, rolling left, looking, throws to the end zone. Oliver's wide open. Touchdown, Minnesota. An exclamation point on the touchdown throw to Josh Oliver. And the Vikings are on their way to win number 6. Darnold rolling left, found Oliver wide open in the front corner of the end zone. Oliver's third touchdown catch of the year, and the Minnesota lead is now 10 with 2:05 to go.
That is the highlight of the game, sponsored by Wrangler. It's Wrangler season out there. Open roads, endless horizons. Shop Wrangler.com for new denim styles made for your next adventure. Wrangler, for the ride of life. The extra point made it an 11-point game. Now, ultimately, the Colts did get an opportunity in this one, thanks to moving the ball downfield and a defensive pass interference call that set them up for a Matt Gay 54-yard field goal that came with 28 seconds left to go. That put them down by 8, so within one score, it was time for the onside kick. Not a bad one, but guess who? Justin Jefferson brought it in for Minnesota, recovering the onside kick and ending the ball game with a 21-13 final as the Minnesota Vikings win their 6th game of the year and break their mini 2-game losing streak. Colts fall to 4-5. Scott Graham in our studios with more on tonight's game. Let's rejoin Ryan Radke and Mike Golick now at U.S. Bank Stadium. Guys?
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And, Mike, I kind of agree with what Scott said a minute ago that, you know, when Minnesota scored that second touchdown, it was 14-7. And it almost felt like the game was over, which sounds bizarre to say, but even going back to the first half, it was a first half that you can argue the Vikings largely dominated.
They did.
Only their own mistakes held them back and had them down 7-0.
Yeah, it was an excellent defensive play by the Colts with Grover Stewart getting the sack, forcing a fumble that was a scoop and a score. Other than that, I mean, the Colts offense really didn't do a whole lot. Missed field goal, got in position for a couple of field goals, but never really threatened the end zone. So you just didn't feel like they had that big playability, and they got a big play at the end because of a pass interference call, which seems to be, you know, kind of the way teams go about their business when they need a big play, hope for an interference play down the field. But, yeah, you're right. It felt like the team with the big playability, and they do, is Minnesota because of Justin Jefferson.
With the last 2 trips for Indianapolis here, they've outscored Minnesota 40-0 in the first half, and then the Vikings have outscored the Colts 57-10 in the second half of the last 2 meetings here. It's bizarre.
It really is bizarre. And the Colts, listen, had a chance, but we caught a 3rd down and 2 and 4th and 2. 2 play calls that we both really disagreed with to kind of get themselves closer into scoring position.
Yeah, 3rd and 2, it looked like Flacco had, I think it was Trey Sermon, who was wide open in the right flat, didn't throw it to him, went down the field, they didn't get it, and then on 4th down, tried to make a throw to Ashton Doolin in traffic. Doolin, who had 2 catches all year coming into tonight, was unable to hang on, took a big hit. Vikings took over, went down, got the touchdown, and they win the game by a score of 21-13. Let's investigate the final stats, sponsored by Investigate TV Plus. Real people and real solutions. Stories that impact you and inspire change every day. Check local listings to watch or click investigatetv.com. Well, the Vikings end up with 415 yards in the game to Indianapolis 227. Minnesota had the ball for nearly 37 minutes in the game, almost plus 14 in terms of time of possession. Colts went just 3 of 11 on 3rd down. They had only 13 first downs in the game. Sam Darnold finishes 28 of 34, 290 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Justin Jefferson, 7 catches for 137. Aaron Jones had 21 carries for 64 yards. Josh Oliver And Jordan Addison, along with Jalen Naylor, had touchdown catches tonight for Minnesota. Meanwhile, Joe Flacco, 16 of 27, 179 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Josh Downs had 6 catches for 60 yards. Jonathan Taylor, 13 catches for 48. And we talked about it at the end of the game for the debate that has raged here about who should play quarterback. Those that are in the Anthony Richardson camp of you drafted a kid who hadn't played, he needs to play, why aren't you letting him play? They're not going to be any more quiet after what just happened here tonight.
No, Flacco was brought in for his completion percentage and his lack of turnovers. Well, in this game, he completed 59% of his passes, no touchdowns, and 1 turnover. And he's not mobile. He can't get out of danger's way, which Anthony Richardson can. So Shane Steichen and Chris Ballard, they have a decision to make on what they're going to do going forward as they fall further and further out of first place.
And here's what this loss does. So it drops the Colts to 4-5. Now, we always talk about this. You look at since 1990, when teams have started 4-4, then get to 5-4, almost half of them made the playoffs. When they lose and go to 4-5, it's down to 16%. Yeah. Not to mention, here's what's coming up for Indianapolis. Next week, a home game against Buffalo, who's playing pretty well right now. Then at the Jets, scheduled to be a Sunday night game in 2 weeks. Then they come back home and take on Detroit. I mean, they're going to have to play really well to find a way to not be sitting at 4-8 off that stretch.
I just wonder what they're going to decide at the quarterback position. If they're going to just say, okay, we have to chalk up the year and get Anthony Richardson the experience, even though you think about progressing each game, he hasn't, but putting him back out there to do it or keep trying with Flacco. They're in a very, very tough position.
All right, meanwhile, Minnesota goes to 6-2 with the win tonight. Now, they have 3 straight road games coming up at Jacksonville, at Tennessee, at Chicago before they come back home to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Road games, but against a couple of teams that haven't played great. Minnesota's got an opportunity to get right back on track here and really keep the pressure on Detroit in the NFC North.
Yeah, they do. Two lost games, as we talked about, to the Lions and Rams, 2 really good teams. After starting the season 5-0, they can get right and go on a little bit of a tear. Even though they're away games, they're definitely winnable games for them.
Minnesota just 1 game behind Detroit. Of course, Detroit did win the first matchup. Those 2 teams will see each other in Week 18 in Detroit at the end of the season. But the Vikings back into second place. They jump a half game ahead of Green Bay. With the Packers loss to the Lions today, the Green Bay is now at 6-3 on the season. We'll see that Lions team next week in Houston as they'll try to go to 8-1, a team that's playing as well as anybody right now in the NFL.
They are. Got to say they're playing as the best team in football right now.
21-13, our final tonight. Vikings win it. We'll send it back to Scott Graham now in our Westwood One studios.
All right, thank you very much, guys. We come back. We're going to run down all the scores and highlights from today's NFL action. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Hold up! It's Jimmy Fallon, and you're invited to my place for Christmas. Get ready for a new channel of classic holiday songs handpicked by me.
Simply having a wonderful Christmas.
Plus music from my new Christmas album, Holiday Season. Jimmy Fallon's Holiday Seasoning Radio. On now, Channel 17, or listen at home with the SiriusXM app. Just search Jimmy Fallon.
This is Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders. Hear me every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Election Day on Sirius XM. All sides, all perspectives, all day, all night. Hear up-to-the-minute information on the Sirius XM news channels and make your voice heard on Sirius XM Patriot, Progress, POTUS, Triumph, and Urban View. When every vote counts and every moment matters. Election Day on Sirius XM. Tuesday, starting at Channel 111 and on the Sirius XM app.
We're bringing the pop and sizzle with me, Adam Shine, on Channel Sports every weekday from 9 a.m. to noon Eastern on SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Don't miss a new episode this week of Forward Progress, a conversation on race and sports in America with Jason Jackson and Kirk Morrison.
Nick Bosa kind of leaned in and he pointed with both fingers to the hat. And so I had to tell myself, what if that had been another athlete that had a Black Lives Matter hat on? That would have been outrage.
Check out Forward Progress. New episodes each Wednesday on the Sirius XM app, included with all of our trials and popular plans. Just search Forward Progress.
This is Peter King.
Hear me all season long, every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Welcome back to the Sunday Night Football post-game show following Minnesota's win over Indianapolis. Let's get you updated on what happened today in the National Football League. Guys, we're talking about it right there. The Detroit Lions, a team right now that is playing as well as anybody. 6-1 on the year, best 7-game start since 1956, going into Lambeau to take on the Green Bay Packers. One time Lambeau Field was a house of horrors for this Detroit Lions organization. Losers of 22 out of 25, but going in today in the rain was more about the defense for Detroit than anything else. Surprising because Jared Goff has been red hot during the win streak coming in. Over the course of the 5-game winning streak, Goff throwing 13 touchdown passes and just 1 interception. Well, today he threw another touchdown pass, but it wasn't just the touchdown passes. It wasn't just the defense. It was also enough of the ground game.
The Saints right at the 15, so 4th and 1 for the Lions from the 15. Goff out of the gun. Gibbs to his right. Jared takes the snap. Hands to Jameer. There he goes. Inside the 10. Inside the 5. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. They just parted the seas and Jameer ran to the daylight. Touchdown, and the Lions extend their lead. What a beautiful play.
Dan Miller, the Detroit Lions radio network. Detroit wins this one today in the rain at Lambeau, 24-14. Even though they were outgained on the day, 411 yards to 261. Jared Goff, 18 out of 22 for 145 yards and a touchdown to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jared Goff's got an 83% completion percentage during the course of this win streak for the Lions as they improved to 7-1, getting ready for Sunday Night Football next week here on Westwood 1 at Houston. Their head coach talked about his team's performance in the rain.
I know this. I'm not shocked one bit that we came out here and played pretty good football out in the elements. That we're built for this, man. And it doesn't matter. And just because we play indoors, it doesn't matter. I mean, we can play anywhere. We can play in the snow, we can play in the rain, we can play in the mud. That's just us. And we're built to win.
It's their first outdoor game all year this year, but they do get the victory over a Green Bay Packers team that, well, they were dealing with a couple of injuries. Certainly Jordan Love was not playing healthy in this one. He threw for 273 yards, did not throw a touchdown, did throw an interception. Josh Jacobs had 95 yards on the ground. Green Bay falls to 6-3 on the year. All right, wild game today with all kinds of big plays at Lumen Field in Seattle. Seahawks led the Rams by 10 at halftime, and LA had to try to come from behind in this ball game. They did it, got to even, and then used a wild defensive play that you wouldn't see coming to take the lead.
Geno Smith hits his back foot. He has to leave the pocket, throws to the end zone, intercepted and brought out. 10, 20, down the right sideline, cutting inside midfield. It's Cam Kitchens all the way back with a flag down. 10-5, touchdown LA.
J.B. Long, 710 ESPN Los Angeles. The flag didn't matter. It was a 103-yard interception return for a touchdown that put the Rams up in the ball game. But Seattle wasn't going away. Geno Smith kept firing as he did all game long, and ultimately he ended up getting a 14-yard touchdown pass to Jackson Smith and Jigba late in the fourth quarter that brought this game to where it would head, which was overtime. Now, in the extra period, Seattle had the ball first. They drove deep into Rams territory and faced a 4th and short. Rather than kicking the field goal, they elected to go for it. Rams defense stepped up and turned them away. So Matthew Stafford got his first opportunity, moving his team into Seattle territory and then relying on one of his playmakers to, well, make a play.
Cup in short motion. Stafford takes a snap, 2nd and 6. Bootleg left side. He flips his hips. He fires. He's going deep. DeMarcus brought it in with one hand in the end zone for a walk-off touchdown. 39 yards. DeMarcus calls game. He sticks a right hand up, brings it in and pins it to his shoulder pad. And LA gets out of the Pacific Northwest with a 26-20 overtime win.
2 touchdown receptions for Demarcus Robinson. That was the big one for the Rams, winning it in overtime. Matthew Stafford threw those 2 touchdown passes. Cooper Kupp had 104 yards receiving. Puka Nacua actually got ejected from this game in the second quarter. Only had 1 catch, but the Rams improved to 4-4. Geno Smith, 21 for 34 for 363 yards and 3 touchdowns, but also 3 interceptions in the game. And we told you about Smith and Jigba, 7 catches for $180 and 2 scores in the losing effort for a Seattle team that at one time was 3-0 this year. They are now 4-5. How about the Philadelphia Eagles playing at home today against the Jacksonville Jaguars and former Eagle head coach Doug Peterson coming to town? Jacksonville have been scoring of late over the course of the last 4 games, averaging 28 points per game. But the Eagles' defense had allowed just 12 points per game in the middle of their 3-game win streak. And for the most part, early in this game, it was all about the Eagles' defense. They had a 16-0 lead at halftime and extended the lead to 22-0 in the third quarter. That was before Jacksonville started to come back. Trevor Lawrence hitting on a couple of passes, moving the ball down the field. The fumble return for a touchdown by Trayvon Walker in the third quarter. Suddenly, Jacksonville was close. A.J. Brown was out of the game with a knee injury, and Jalen Hurts was looking for somebody to throw to as he tried to put this game away, so he turned to the Slim Reaper.
Here goes Hurts, going for the end zone. Devontae Smith, he caught it one-handed. I don't know if he stayed. He's in! He's in!
Oh, my goodness.
One hand! I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he did it. And stayed in.
Merrill Reese and Mike Quick, Sports Radio 94 WIP, as fine a catch as you will ever see. That seemed to put the game away, but it was not put away. Ultimately, after a couple of questionable calls and a missed field goal from the Eagles, Jacksonville had an opportunity. Down by 5, closing seconds of the game, and their quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, moving them into range to take a shot at the end zone. As it turned out, that shot went the wrong way.
Lawrence back. Lawrence looks. Firing for the end zone. Intercepted! Intercepted the Kobe Dean! He picks it off from the end zone. No flags. The Eagles are going to escape. The Kobe Dean saved the game!
With his first career interception, 28-23, the final score in this one, as the Eagles win yet again. Talking about a team now that has won 4 in a row and improved to 6-2 on the year. Jalen Hurts threw for a couple of scores, ran for one. Saquon Barkley had a huge day with 159 yards, a rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown. By the way, I don't normally tell you to watch television, but go find Saquon Barkley's run and moving backwards down the field, leaping over a tackler. Not forward, backward. Unbelievable. Never seen it before. Philly now 6-2 on the year. We'll find out more about A.J. Brown moving forward. On the other side, Trevor Lawrence threw for $169. No touchdowns on the day. Did get picked off twice in this one. And Jacksonville falls now to 2-7 on the year with the loss. Dallas Cowboys trying to figure out a way to stay relevant inside their division, going to Atlanta today to take on a Falcons team off to their best 8-game start since the year they went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Patriots. Well, Kirk Cousins and company came out today and got it done in a lot of ways. Drake London caught an early touchdown, spectacular catch in the end zone, but hurt his hip and didn't come back. That meant that Cousins had to find other receivers to look for. Fortunately, he's got one.
Empty set for Cousins. Cowboys showing pressure. Snap to Kirk. Here they come. Got to get rid of it. Lob for Mooney. Caught. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Atlanta. 4th and 1 is the home run ball for Darnell Mooney.
Wes Storm, Sports Radio 92.9 The Game and the Falcons Radio Network. 3 touchdown passes for Kirk Cousins. He also found Ray McLeod, and Atlanta beats Dallas today 27-21. Falcons now 6-3 on the year. Things are not good in Dallas land right now. Dak Prescott went 18 for 24 for just 133 yards and a touchdown before leaving with a hamstring injury. So he had that, and the Cowboys lost to deal with when this one was done.
Felt like we could get this one. Felt like this was a great one set up for us. For me to experience this, have this, add to the injury, CD getting banged up a little bit during the game. Yeah, very difficult. I guess that's, in my sense of just asking, can I make it work? So if I can't, know how much we needed this one. Yeah, I wanted to just get out there and compete, get out there and fight. Yeah, crazy.
Dallas is now 3-5 on the year in their next 2 games, home against Philadelphia and home against Houston, before they end up going on the road to take on Washington. Not going to get a whole lot easier for the 3-5 Dallas Cowboys. That Washington team came into today's game in the Meadowlands at 6-2. Hadn't gotten 7-2 since 1996. But they've got Jaden Daniels now, and that obviously is a big part of what this team is trying to get done. Well, Daniels came into the Meadowlands today after already having beaten the New York Giants once this year on all field goals. Today he decided touchdowns work better.
First and 10 at the 18, three wide receivers in the left, empty backfield. Jaden loads one up towards the end zone, towards McLaurin. He catches it! Touchdown! Touchdown, Washington! Perfect throw from Daniels to McLaurin!
It's Bram Weinstein and a very happy London Fletcher on the Washington Commanders radio network. Washington a winner today at MetLife Stadium, 27-22. For Daniels, 209 yards, couple of scores, and the first rookie in the Super Bowl era to start and win 2 games against the Giants in the same season. The other side, you've got New York, now at 2-7 on the year. Daniel Jones threw for 174 yards and a couple of scores on the day. Malik Neighbors had 9 catches for 59 yards, all that coming in the second half. And for Daniel Jones, commemorative. First touchdown pass at MetLife Stadium since January 1st of 2023. That was 672 days ago. Chicago in the desert today to take on the Arizona Cardinals, and Arizona winners back-to-back games on walk-off field goals. Today, their defense shut down Caleb Williams. They sacked him 6 times, and even though Kyler Murray didn't account for a touchdown all day today, Arizona had enough.
Murray runs it far side and breaking free is DeMercado at the 40, near side 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown! With 4 seconds left in the half, the Bears never expected that. DeMercado on a handoff runs 53 yards for a touchdown. The Bears give up another big score at the end of the half.
Dave Pash on the Arizona Cardinals radio network. That made it 21-9 at the break. Arizona wins it 29-9. Kyler Murray, 154 yards. As we said, no touchdowns on the day today. James Conner had 107 yards, no touchdowns. And Marvin Harrison Jr., just 2 catches for 34 yards. Doesn't matter. Arizona will take it. They're now 5-4. Caleb Williams, bothered all day by that Arizona defense, threw for just 216 yards. Rome Odunze had a 100-yard day, but Chicago is now 4-4. And Carolina, some payback today for the New Orleans Saints. In Week 1, New Orleans beat Carolina 47-10, scoring on their first 9 drives of the new season. Oh, how times have changed now here in the month of November. New Orleans now has their longest losing streak since 1999. Carolina got a late score from Chuba Hubbard, and they beat New Orleans 23-22 today. Hubbard scored twice today. Bryce Young threw for 171 yards and a touchdown for the 2-7 Carolina Panthers. Derek Carr back for New Orleans, 236 yards, a touchdown in this one, but not a whole lot going on. 7 losses in a row now for the Saints, who are 2-7. Still to come, more scores, highlights, and post-game reaction. You're listening to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One.
Football season is heating up, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while watching football. With over 10 million members now and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is so simple to use. Just pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projection, and you can win up to 100 times your money. Prize Picks even invented the flex play, so you can still cash out if one of your picks doesn't hit. I love it. I love it because it's daily fantasy. And it's easy, and it's fun. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code PRIMETIME and get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code PRIMETIME on Prize Picks to get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to get the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states where it's lawful to wager, and visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Something amazing is happening. This university is learning how to simplify its data. That's because CDW experts are enabling organizations to get the most out of their cloud with a Nutanix hybrid multi-cloud solution. One secure platform delivers greater agility and speed, so administrators and their students are better prepared for the future. Make amazing happen. Nutanix and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/Nutanix.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards scoring courtside seats for your favorite team. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can score courtside seats. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but courtside seats can be astronomical. Maybe if your team plays in a smaller market, you could swing it. Even still, it's unlikely. Maybe 4th row, which are still incredible seats that you'll enjoy greatly. Savings possible. Courtside, long shot. Switch and see if you can save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates, not available in all states. Progressive cannot guarantee that someone really tall will not sit in front of you at the game, rendering your excellent seats just okay.
Welcome back to Sunday Night Football on Westwood One from the Progressive Insurance Studios. I'm Scott Graham. Get renter's insurance to protect the things that make your place a home, including coverage for theft or damage. Visit Progressive.com. Vikings win tonight over the Indianapolis Colts. Earlier today, Buffalo Bills playing at home against the Miami Dolphins. How does this normally go? Well, Buffalo 14-12 for Sean McDermott against the Dolphins, 8-0 at home. This one, though, came down to the closing seconds, and Buffalo, after the game got tied thanks to Jalen Waddle, needed to have Josh Allen get them downfield. He did. Maybe not enough. We were talking about a long field goal attempt for Tyler Bass to try to win the game for the Bills.
This is going to be a 61-yarder from the left hash with 10 seconds remaining. Snap by Ferguson, hold by Martin. Kick by Bass is long enough. And it is good! Bombs away for Tyler Bass, who bombs it from 61. It's a career best for the Bills kicker. Unbelievable.
Chris Brown, WGR Sports Radio 550 in Buffalo. That was good enough to win it. The Bills win it 30-27 over the Dolphins to improve to 7-2. 3 touchdown passes for Josh Allen on the day today. The other side, Tua Tagovailoa threw for a couple of scores in this one. 2 scores for Von Achan. Tyreek Hill, 4 catches, 80 yards, not a touchdown. Miami's now 2-6. Baltimore played Denver today. Both teams 5-3 coming in. Both teams are not 5-3 going out, and we saw today why, because Baltimore's got Lamar Jackson.
Lamar fakes the delayed handoff. Now he fires down the middle. He's got a man wide open. That's Zay Flowers at the 30-yard line. Breaks a tackle. He's to the 20. Flowers to the 10. 5. Touchdown! Zay Flowers! Oh, what a catch and run! And the Ravens have delighted the crowd. Forget the field goal. They got the end zone.
Jerry Sandusky and Rod Woodson, the WBAL, WIYY Ravens Game Day Network. Lamar Jackson had a perfect passer rating today for the 4th time in his career. 280 yards and 3 scores. Derrick Henry had 106 yards and scored twice. Baltimore beats up on Denver 41-10 the final as they improved to 6-3. Bo Nix was kept off the board in terms of touchdown passes. He did catch a touchdown pass on a Philly special, but he was also intercepted once. Denver now 5-4. Cincinnati had Joe Burrow in the saddle today. Now, he didn't have T. Higgins, but when that happens, he goes to Jamar Chase when he can, and if not, he goes to Mike Gesicki.
Burrow ready for the shotgun snap. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Joe has the ball. Looking left. Throws. Caught by Gesicki. Wow. He's at the 20. Middle of the field. 10. 5. Touchdown.
Wow.
47 yards. Touchdown pass. Number 5 for Joe Burrow to tie his career high.
Dan Horton, Dave Lapham, Cincinnati's ESPN 1530 and the Bengals Radio Network. Second time that Burrow's thrown 5 touchdown passes this year. Cincinnati beats Vegas 41-24 today. Gardner Minshew threw for 124 yards. The Raiders fall to 2-7, and there are broadcast reports now from Tom Pelissero of NFL Network that Luke Getsy, their offensive coordinator, is being fired. Chargers went to Cleveland today. They play all kinds of defense through these Chargers. 91 points allowed coming into this game, the fewest by the organization since 1965. They played defense again today, holding Cleveland out of the end zone until the closing seconds. J.K. Dobbins, however, got into the end zone.
Palmer in motion, right to left. Hand off to Dobbins. Dobbins bouncing to the left, to the 5, to the 3. Lunges into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. J.K. with his second today.
That is Matt Money Smith on Alt 98.7 in Los Angeles. Chargers win it by a 27-10 score to improve to 5-3 on the year. Justin Herbert throws for a couple of touchdowns as well in this one. Cleveland saw Jameis Winston not as good this time around. 1 touchdown, but 3 interceptions. The Cleveland Browns are now 2-7. And Tennessee beat New England today. 20-17 was the final. It came in overtime. Tennessee got 2 touchdown passes out of Mason Rudolph. Tony Pollard ran for 128 yards in this one. Tennessee, as we said, improves to 2-6. Drake May ran the ball well today. 8 carries for 95 yards, even though there was a question about whether he was going to play in this ball game. Also threw for 206 and a touchdown. But the New England Patriots continue their struggles right now. Patriots are at 2-7 on the year. Andre Stevenson tied this game up on the final play of regulation. However, Tennessee got the field goal in overtime, and they turned away Drake May with an interception to end it in the extra period on the way to a 20-17 final. We're going to wrap things up when we return. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.